Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody. Today is Saturday, May 3rd. Um, I have the numbers for today and more information, and a lot of different things are going on that I've heard and seen. So, I want to get this information to you guys. Um, First, I'm going to give you the news that I have dug up for you guys. Let me take out my earphones and make sure my phone is off so no one will call, okay? As you know, you guys, my phone like to ring when I'm on here with you guys. Okay, I have 3 people in here live. Could you guys please hit the like button or the thumbs up button? Share, subscribe if you can. All right. This is coming from the U.S. Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. He claimed that there is enormous evidence that the coronavirus outbreak originated in a Chinese laboratory. We know that it originated in China, in Wuhan, but it's saying that it was originated in that laboratory there. But it didn't provide any of the alleged evidence as told today to a new interviewer with ABC's News This Week. That's the name of the show, This Week. He didn't give them any evidence, but I know they had been investigating. And all right, you got me on that one. Today is Sunday. Hey, Bella's World. Hey, Lisa. Good catch. All right. In Arizona, the sheriffs there saying that they will not enforce the governor's stay at home their order, and they don't expect any of the free for all people to be out running and roaming around. So they're not going to do anything. They're not going to ticket anybody. They're not going to do anything. So whatever they do, they just do there. They said they don't normally have problems there. Now, in between North Korea and South Korea, there has been gunfire exchange in their demilitarized zone across the border between North and South Korea, as reported from Seoul to CNN News. North Korea fired shots at a South Korean guard post there in the DMZ. I'm just going to call it DMZ. That's the demilitarized zone, a buffer area which separates the two countries today. The South fired back, according to military. The gunfire hit the wall, but no one was injured, and no discernible damages was done to the guard post or the equipment there. And it says several bullets were fired from the north at 7:41 a.m. local time there today. And it said that the Joint Chief of Staff in South Korea responded by returning gunfire twice. And the military sent a verbal warning by broadcasting. So it's some kind of radio that they use for between the both of them. And they sent them a warning and to let them know that this is what was going on. If you guys keep shooting at us, it's going to be on. It's going down. So no more shots was fired from there. Hey KP. Okay, now I have a link for you guys. If any of you guys are renting your homes, you're buying your homes or what have you, this is going all across the US. There is a tenant groups are calling for a rent strike as the economy flounders, and you can sign up for this rent strike all around America. Let me see. This writing on here is so small, you guys, but this is where you can sign up if you want to go on that rent strike and join them here. Let me take my picture off so you can see it. All right, you guys get a piece of paper and you write this down. Or if you can go on your phone, just go to that website and register. You sign up for that. And they're trying to get it everyone from every state to petition for this so that we can get our rent some kind of way. The president or the government, the governors or somebody will do something so that they can help people out, since nobody is really working right now and they don't want to give us a stimulus to pay for the rent, that they can get it well, we can at least get it 6 months free until the economy, or they were saying that the increased workforce, where we're not in recession right now, that they want to get it back up to like 60% of the workforce back at work. But the way things is going right now, it doesn't look like we'll be doing too much of nothing, because we may be getting everything that has been opened may get shut back down because our numbers are going back up. So they're trying to get the rent strike so that we can get this rent. We don't have to worry about paying it. We'll have at least free rent for a couple of months. So that would possibly work. So you guys, I'm gonna stay off the screen so you guys can get a pen and get this down, or I can just put my picture back up and keep going. That you guys can come back at any time and see this, because this video will still be up. This video will not be taken down because I have nothing up here. I'm not giving them a reason to take down my videos. Okay. Now, yeah, so make sure you guys go to that website and fill out that information, and it will tell you to sign the petition. You want to sign the petition so we can get the people in America. We don't care nothing what's going on in another country. That has nothing to do with us. Those other countries have their own thing going on. So we need to get some help for us here in the United States. Okay, good. You screenshot it. Oh, wow, Lisa. That's crazy. Okay, I'm sure you guys have heard, if you listen to the news, you hear about Gilead making this remdesivir medicine that they're supposed to be trying. It's a trial. The Gilead CEO says that remdesivir will be available to coronavirus patients this week. They said out of the 60% that they used it on, they have had 100% success with it. So they're going to start using it on those patients to try to see, they're still in the trial stage, so they're going to try it on those people to see if it will work. Hey, Nick. All right. Now, anybody of you heard of Sam Lloyd? He appeared on the TV show Scrubs and Seinfeld. He did a couple of different shows. He has died at the age of 56. Couple of years ago, he was diagnosed with having a brain tumor and cancer. Well, he has succumbed to those diseases, and well, he was diagnosed last year. He was diagnosed last year, but they were thinking that he had something going on with him 2 years ago. Then they finally diagnosed it as cancer, and he died within the year. So prayers to his family and his children. The U.S. has just reported on Friday that it was the deadliest day for the coronavirus patients since the states reopened, according to the World Health Organization. 2,909 people died of coronavirus in 24 hours. This was from Friday to Saturday, all across the U.S. As of 4 a.m. from Friday going into Saturday. So since they opened, we've had a lot more deaths. 2,909. The highest daily rate, the highest daily death toll in the U.S. yet, based on the CNBC analysis of the World Health Organization daily COVID-19 situation report. The country's deadliest day comes as the state officials weighs reopening parts of the economy and easing the stay-at-home orders. So I hope they're paying attention to that and see that since they opened this stuff up, that it has been causing problems and more death, and that they'll consider backing off of having these things open, because they're putting a lot of people at risk that shouldn't have been. High infiltration. Okay. The experts are worrying that the coronavirus will go on spreading in a slow burn in the U.S., and that's because the efforts to contain it has been incomplete at best. Public health experts has warned today that there were signs that the country may face a steady flow of new cases and deaths for many months to come. And it's saying that you can see this slow summer explode into a new pandemic or large outbreak. And this is said by Dr. Gottlieb, who is the former commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration. And he says, we're looking at a prospect that this may be a persistent spread with a steady stream of 20,000 to 30,000 new cases daily that could result in 1,000 deaths a day across the country. And also Deborah Birx, she works with President Trump. She said that she found it devastatingly worrisome that thousands of protesters around the U.S. objected to the stay-at-home order and closures of business through the end of May. And if they go home and infect their grandmothers or grandfathers who has a comorbid condition, and they have a serious, unfortunate outcome, they will feel guilty for the rest of their lives. So they're opening up all of this stuff, and it's causing a bigger spread than what we already have. They've been doing a lot more testing, and now I'm beginning to wonder about the testing also, because since they're doing these testings, a lot more cases have come out. So is it in the test that people have it, or is it that people have it underlying and it's not out there, and now it's come out there that you have it, so we're going to put you in isolation, or something is going on? But now, since they did open up these states, more people are getting it, because the people that potentially had it are giving it to the people that didn't have it. And once again, is it something that's in these tests that they're giving it to people? We don't know this, but I think they did a rush decision on opening up these states and making people go back to work in these different places. The president had initially said he was going to keep it closed down for a couple of months. The states everything was going to stay down for a couple of months, but now they don't want to give up the money, because they want to give the money to the people with the businesses. And I have read that people that already have money, like $100,000, those people got money from people that we're not people that are not getting the checks right now. Some of those people that got money already have gotten checks, and people that have filled out their taxes, people that have filled out that non-filers thing and put their bank accounts and all of that kind of stuff, some of those people still haven't got their money. Like me, I filled out my forms in April 14th. Is April? No, I'm sorry, it wasn't April. It was March 14th, and I still have not gotten my stimulus check. They're still saying that they don't have any information. What it say? Status? Something about the status. No information. So they still don't know what they're doing. And there's a lot of people that are not getting their checks until weeks later. We still have 6 weeks out before everybody has their checks. But in the process, but still, what was the purpose of you telling us to put in our bank account or routing numbers, checking accounts, whatever, PayPal, wherever you wanted the check sent to, your money sent to, besides having a check sent to you so you can get your money faster? What's the sense in doing that if we still gotta wait? We can't get the check right away. Alright, you guys, my foot is stuck on something down here. Okay. My foot is stuck on a cord. So now that's crazy. They don't know what they're doing. Then they need to get it together. They were not prepared. Nobody was prepared for this coronavirus that went on. But if you're going to be a leader and you have billions of people in a country, you're going to be the leader of a country. At least try to come up with something to deal with your people instead of dealing with your own money in your pockets, dealing with the people that's in the government, because we are the people that will make you who you are. You don't make us. You need us to get into office, even though these presidents are preset years ahead of time. They may know who the president is going to be 15 years before they're even a president. But still, it's the people. If it wasn't for us, they wouldn't have the positions that they have. So they need to sit and really pay attention to the people. Yeah, they're trying to pay out for sports, outdoor activities, movie theaters, the nightclubs. What the hell they want to do that for? When you need to take care of the people first. If it's good that you want to open up all of those things, but why would you open up those things if nobody has money to go to them? What difference does it make? Nobody has money to go to any of that stuff. Who's going to watch a movie? Nobody's going to do it. What you going to do? Just let us in free, like, oh, come watch a movie. Get us all in this area knowing that coronavirus is there just for us to catch the coronavirus. And you know what that means. Depopulation. Let people go free. Oh, they're going to die. Let's just help them out. Get a lot of them out of here at one time. No, thank you. You got to be quicker than that, because I'm not going to do it. Everybody else can be out here going around everybody's house while y'all going out visiting and hanging out and stuff. I'll be at home looking out my window. I'll be the old woman with the blinds, peeking between the blinds, looking at you. Don't knock on my door. Don't call my phone. Don't come to my house. I'm still on lockdown. You can call me. You can send me an email. Any of that. But come to my house, you ain't getting in. No, sir. Sorry, brother, sister, grandbaby, none of y'all getting in my house. Okay. Hey, Junior One. Hey, Keita. All right. Okay. With the warmer weather and the confinement fatigue, lured millions of Americans outside this weekend, adding pressure on cities and states officials to enforce or loosen the restrictions imposed to limit the spread of the coronavirus. Now, when they loosened up some of the stuff, people thought they were saying, okay, you can go to the beach, but not everybody go to the beach at one time, and it's supposed to be 6 feet apart. Them people were out the beaches packed on top of each other. They were all there. They didn't care. They were in the water, high-fiving and hugging people. Don't y'all know corona is serious out here? But that's what they wanted to do. So people ain't gonna learn. I ain't going swimming in nobody's ocean. You're not gonna see the little fishes swimming up to me on my legs. On my legs, no. Good Lord, no. I'm scared of everything. Give me a fishing pole, I'll catch a fish. But other than that, I don't want nothing touching me. No. I run from bugs. I kid you not. Okay. Oh. Now, reopening the states will cause 233,000 more people to die from coronavirus, according to the new data from the University of Pennsylvania, and relaxing lockdowns across the cities. This is what I was just telling you guys. They're opening up stuff and letting people go out, and that's increasing the number so more people can die. And this is crazy. But that 233,000 people, that is for people to get infected, and I'm sure that many people will die over a period of time. Hello, Renee. Okay, and some states could have serious consequences for the country's battle to contain the coronavirus, which has infected over 1 million people. I believe it's over 3 million people right now. The government has been warned that even when the lockdown is eased, restrictions may have to be reinstated to counter a second wave of infection. So, um, as it's starting to taper down, it's still not at zero. It's still not like maybe 5 or 10 people here or there. Those numbers are still pretty high. And they're opening up and letting people do whatever they want to do still. But they're still saying social distancing, but people are not listening to that. So I believe they opened it, like, once again, I believe they opened everything, those things that they did open, they opened it up too soon. And a lot of people are going to pay the consequences for it. And these are official people who has also said that by them opening, this is what's going to happen, and people have been warned. And so now that they're opening and if the numbers are shooting back up again, they're going to have to lock everything off, and this time they're going to have to lock it off a longer period of time to get it back contained, to drop back down to the level that we were at before they opened it. Like, some states haven't even reached their peaks yet. Like here, we haven't even reached our peak yet. We're still on the up incline. We haven't declined at all. So that's crazy. CBS News in United Nations warns of severe food shortages due to the coronavirus pandemic, and an unexpected 285 million people could face acute food shortages by the end of the year. And that's what I've been telling you guys, to some kind of way, for those people who have not gotten their stimulus checks. My advice is to you is to go out and buy a small freezer, whether it's upright, a chest freezer. If you have to get those coolers, get dry ice. Start stocking up on your meat, because it's getting ready to get real out here. A lot of these food plants are production plants are closing down. Some of them said that they're not, regardless of whether the president said he's going to open it or not, they said they're not going to open. They're not taking the chances of risking their people. So they can maybe get sanctioned, but they don't care. They rather keep the safety for their people than anything. Hey, Audrina. Hey, Damien. All right, you guys. I'm going to show you the numbers for today. This is our world total today. We are at a little over 3.5 million people, you guys. And they're opening up the states. You see, those numbers are continuously growing. 3,555,338 people have been confirmed with coronavirus, while there's 247,631 deaths. 1,150,482 have recovered. This is our countries. In the U.S., 1,184,490 confirmed, 68,407 deaths. Once again, China is down to the 11th spot. Saudi Arabia has risen up. They have 27,011 confirmed, 184 deaths. This is what the corona map is looking like right now. And you can see all the heavily populated areas with the concentrated red. The whole state of New York is red. This is our state, United States totals. New York, 323,883 confirmed cases, 24,648 deaths. Illinois, 61,499 confirmed, 2,618 deaths. Adrena, Michigan, 43,754 cases, 4,049 confirmed dead. Florida, 36,078 confirmed, 1,379 dead. Texas, where's Kita and D squared, 31,699 confirmed, 880 deaths. Georgia, 28,616 confirmed, 1,177 dead. This is serious, you guys. Ohio, 19,916 confirmed. I don't know why that X is there, but I can't see. I think it's 1,940 deaths. Okay. Virginia, 18,671 confirmed, 660 deaths. Iowa, 9,169 confirmed, 184 deaths. Minnesota, where I am, 6,663 confirmed, 419 deaths. Okay, you guys, I've been keeping up, like I told you, since they opened, and these states have no mask, no, where they don't have to follow that 6 feet order. They don't have to follow none of that. Nevada is one of the states, and my pen is not working. I've been keeping up with this guy, so let's see, Nevada, 5,426, and they have 257 deaths. So they have the same amount of deaths that they have yesterday, but they're up like 90 cases of confirmed of coronavirus. Okay. Now, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, 5,016 confirmed, 251 deaths. If I have anybody in Arkansas, 3,431 confirmed, 76 deaths. West Virginia, 1,191 confirmed, 50 deaths. Hawaii, 620 confirmed, 16 deaths. We still have the Puerto Rico is coming up, 1,808 confirmed, 97 deaths. Veterans Affairs, 9,239 confirmed, 528 dead. U.S. military, 7,145 confirmed, 27 dead. The Navajo Nation, 2,307 confirmed, 73 dead. Federal prisons, 2,268 confirmed, 37 dead. And they need to start letting those people out of there that have lesser crimes. The Wuhan repatriated still have that same 3 with no deaths. Okay. Now, again, this is your schedule for your stimulus pay and when your check, you can expect your checks to come out. So if you guys have not did the direct deposit or you are still waiting for your checks, these are the schedules of when the checks go according to your income, for when you should be looking for them. Like mine should have been here. Mine should have been here a month ago, and it's still not here. I don't get it. But some people said, oh, it'll be here Monday. Just hold on. It'll be here Monday. Yeah, right. Which Monday? 5 months from now? But we'll see. Okay, I gave you guys all of that information. So now I am going to follow up with the video that I had started on Martin Luther King that we saw the first part of it yesterday. I'm going to show you the second part of it today. There is 5 parts, so I will give it to you in parts, you guys, so just bear with me. And once again, I want to thank Snipe Book for giving me this information so I can get this out here to you. He shared it with me. He shares a lot of things with me. I told you he's a real good friend of mine. We've been friends for too long. I could pretty much read his mind, and he could pretty much read mine, and that's bad. So this is the other part to it. Alrighty, wait a minute. I'm gonna get it set up for you guys. This is part 2 of Martin Luther King's getting shot there in Alabama, where he was murdered. All right, wait a minute. I don't have it up.
Leaning over Martin Luther King.
All right.
The black man in the very famous picture that was leaning over Martin Luther King, Merle McClellan, he was there at the first meeting. We didn't know at the time his job was to do two things. One was to point everybody in the wrong direction. It was him that pointed and said the shots came from there. Not only was he an undercover cop, he was so undercover that his paycheck didn't even come from the Memphis Police Department, came from the utility company. And now tonight, as we sit here, he's a CIA agent. His other job was to infiltrate a little group of little juvenile thugs. They call themselves the Invaders. And y'all got to be careful about what y'all join just because they're yelling and screaming about Whitey. Y'all got to be careful about what kind of evil, nasty black folk you get around that want to go blow up something and then wonder why you get arrested on your way there. Martin Luther King was preparing for the Poor People's March in Washington, D.C. Yet many senators and many Congress people said, we don't think he should come here because we are afraid of the amount of violence that will be created. Martin Luther King's answer to that was, I've led demonstrations, there's been violence, but it wasn't on our side. It was people attacking us. Now, if I'm going to be blamed for that, then there's something wrong. And so they decided that they would create a violent situation. And Merle McClellan, the undercover Memphis cop, had also infiltrated the Invaders. And it was when King came in for one day to lead that march. One day. To lead that march. One day. And it was their job to see to it that it broke into a ride so King could no longer say that I've never led a march and led to a ride. And that was to force him to come back for a second march so they could kill him. And so, all at once, the King family decides to sue Lord Giles on a wrongful death suit. Not that they wanted any money, so the first time the truth could be validated and documented. So there's a lot of people upset about the Truth and Reconciliation Committee in South Africa, but 100 years from now, because of that, 100 years from now, nobody has to say, let me tell you what those black folks say they did to them. They can't say that now because white folks came and testified on the oath that this is what we did.
All right.
Because of this trial, no longer will anybody be able to say, these conspirators allege this to have happened. It's documented under oath. They subpoenaed the captain who was over the fire station, which was across the street, firehouse number 2 from the Lorraine Hotel. 34 years later, he's 34 years older, 7 years old, fat, getting ready to die, wanting to find Jesus. So he came and raised his hand and told the truth. Would you give your name? Yes. How old are you? What's your occupation? I'm retired. What was it before you retired? The Memphis Fine. What was your top rank? Battalion commander. Where were you on April the 4th, 1968 when Martin Luther King was shot? Said I was in charge of the fire station across the street from the Lorraine Hotel. Did you notice anything different that day? Yeah, early that morning some people came and introduced themselves as Army intelligence. Said they'd like to go up on the roof and put King under surveillance. What'd you do? I led him up to the roof. What they have with them? They had large containers, small containers. What do you think was in the containers? I don't know. What do you think? Well, it could have been stuff to take motion pictures, still pictures. Could the containers held high power variety? Yes, they could have. And then what happened? Well, later that day when the shot rang out, they were still on the roof. So we know that the United States government not only had pictures of Martin Luther King being killed, they also had pictures of the person that did it.
Look at that. Look at that.
So then what happened is then I rushed across the street and ran up the steps where King was laying on the ground, and I helped put him on the stretcher. And did you get to see the wound? Say yes. Would you describe it to the jury? Say the wound was going up, which means he had been shot from down here, not up there. He's a white man who ran the fire station, who probably 30-some years ago couldn't care if King lived or died. He's a white man sitting there saying to 6 blacks and 6 white jury that, yes, I saw the wound and the wound went this way. And the next one to testified that he interviewed people from military intelligence, the 111, the 209. The 209 is so vicious, they were scared of CIA. And the 184, that's the sniper team, that's the Rangers. When they had to admit they was there, they say, well, we was there as a backup, and that leads you to believe they was talking about to back up in case the security broke down. They was there to back up in case that hit didn't hit, they was supposed to take him out.
That's right.
That's what the jury heard. Lord Jawa's defense was real hip. There was so much overwhelming evidence that there was a conspiracy. His defense was, yes, I was part of a conspiracy. I just didn't know the person that I was supposed to have killed was Martin Luther King. And what made that so beautiful, it meant that they couldn't object to none of the stuff that was going because they wanted everybody to know what we knew, that it was a conspiracy. He just didn't know it was Dr. King. 70 witnesses they got to hear.
Look at that, y'all.
They got to listen to Earl Clark's wife. Who was Earl Clark? Well, when the shot rang out, the dude who shot took the rifle and gave it to Lord Jawas, and he took it through the back of his restaurant window, and then he jumped over a concrete embankment, and there was a black cab driver, Paul Butler, cab 58. He heard the shot. He didn't know King had been hit. He got out the cab to see what happened, see this white man jumping over this concrete embankment, so he followed him around the corner and watched him get into a police cruiser. That man who shot King was Earl Clark, Memphis cop. Dead now. But they subpoenaed his wife. She came to defend the good name.
And she gonna lie.
My husband couldn't have done that because he was homesick all that day. At what time did he find out Dr. King had been shot? Well, he found out over his police radio. And then what happened? He realized how serious it was that he had to go in. And then what happened? Well, all of his uniforms was in the cleaners. So I had to go get his uniforms out. Miss Clark, you aware what time Dr. King was shot? Oh, I think it was a little bit after 6 o'clock. Miss Clark, are you aware that the cleaners closed at 5? That's what the jury heard. Huh? That's what the jury heard. There's an FBI agent by the name of Donald Wilson. He's the one that found the Mustang that Lee Harvey Oswald was driving.
Okay, y'all. That's that part. That's the part 2. I'm gonna play part 3 for you. Uh, Let me see. Let me get that going. All right, it's giving me a little technical difficulty here. It's just spinning, but I'm gonna get it coming for you here. Okay.
Atlanta.
There's
He
part
found
3.
some notes in it that he said the minute he read the notes, he knew it was a conspiracy. But
wait, I'm gonna start it over. Let me.
One of the numbers. This is 1960.
Okay.
He found it in Atlanta, and he found some notes in it that he said the minute he read the notes, he knew it was a conspiracy. But he called one of the numbers. This is 1968. That was on the number, and it ended up going to a nightclub in Dallas that Jack Ruby used to own, and Jack Ruby is the one who killed Lee Harvey Oswald, who was arrested for killing Kennedy.
Oh, look at that.
He said he got so scared he never turned it in because he thought if he turned it in and they know he looked at that, they would kill him. This is the FBI. This is who we have to deal with every day. Those of us out here in the movement have to deal with folks who are a white FBI agent said, I didn't turn this stuff in because had I turned it in, it probably would have killed me. That's some of the things they heard at the trial. Just to set the record straight, James L. Ray never confessed to killing King. He pleaded guilty. There's a difference. If a cop grabbed me and said, I'll kill all your granddaughters if you don't say you took that person, plead guilty. A confession means you have to know some of the intricate details that nobody else knows but the police who was there investigating it and the person that did it. He never confessed. This document went into the records. He had probably one of the best defense attorneys that had ever lived in the history of the planet at the time. His defense attorney was called Percy Foreman from Houston. Lawyers used to come in from all over the world and just go to this bar where he used to hang out and just sit and listen to Percy talk. He was James L. Ray's lawyer. James L. Ray was coming up to be sentenced on March the 10th. Here's the letter that Percy Foreman, James L. Ray's lawyer, sent him on March the 9th, 1969. Percy Foreman, Houston, Texas, March the 9th, 1969. Mr. James Earl Ray, Shelby County Jail, Memphis, Tennessee. Dear James Earl, you've asked that I advance to your brother Ray, Jerry Ray, $500 of the $5,000 referred to in the first $5,000 paid by William Bradford Huey on January the 29th. Mr. Huey advanced an additional $5,000. At that time, I had spent in excess of $9,500 on your case. Since then, I have spent in excess of $4,000 additional. But I am willing to advance Jerry $500 and add that to the $165,000 mentioned in my other letter to you today. In other words, I would receive the first $165,500, but I would make the advance to your brother of $500. And this advance also is contingent upon your plea of guilty at the sentencing tomorrow on March the 10th without any unseemly conduct on your part in the courtroom. Here's a man's lawyer that told him him, your father 30 years ago jumped bail. We're fixing to put him in jail. If you don't plead guilty, I, your lawyer, personally will see to it you get the electric chair. And all the way, we're trying to explain how y'all got all this money. So the government is going to say that your brother and you robbed banks. So he's going to jail if you don't go in and plead guilty to him. The jury got this letter from his lawyer, promising him $165,000, but it was contingent on him. Thank God to the King family. Thank God to William Pepper that handled that case. Thank God to everybody out here and the many people that died. His brother was murdered. They said he drowned in the swimming pool. Dr. King's brother, he was questioning King's death. A.D. They tried to kill Coretta in the church and missed her.
Yeah.
Killed Dr. King's mother and made like it was some little crazy lunatic guy that came down. And yet the King family kept on moving.
Yeah.
Never born with millions of dollars. Never had the glamour that the Kennedy family had, and yet the Kennedy family haven't spent one nickel trying to find out what had happened to the Kennedys, including that funny little thing that went down with John last night. Thank you. And so I say to you tonight, make no doubt about it, we are in one of the most evil, nasty, vicious, insane, ungodly, unethical systems that's ever existed in the history of the planet.
And it's still the same way today.
They'll kill white folks that look like they're going to show us in a certain light. How many of y'all in here saw the movie The Green Mile? Thank you. How many of y'all didn't like it? Go back and see it again. I've seen it 13 times. And when you go back and really see what that movie's about, then you realize why Stephen King was hit with that truck. And then you realize why 2 months ago Stephen King had a press conference and he'll never write again. And then you realize last Friday, this guy that got all kinds of bad records of driving went into court, one of the most powerful writers that ever lived, and got set free. And I'm going to say to you again, those of y'all that didn't like the movie, you should say a prayer that your mind will be open to see what you really saw. And those of you that haven't seen it, every day that goes by without you seeing it, you do the 70 trillion cells in your body a disservice.
Y'all watch that movie, Green Mile.
Who saw it? You remember what the black man's name was? John Coffey. And those nickels is J. what? Go back and see the movie. And then read the New Testament, because that movie is the story of Jesus Christ. They just took a mentally retarded nigga and made him Jesus, and most of y'all didn't even see that, because y'all would expect a Ron Brown type nigga to be made Jesus. Huh? That white woman laying in the bed, that was Mary Magdalene. Y'all go back and see it. Those of you who didn't understand. Jesus Christ wasn't healing. He was pulling demons out of people, and he cast them in the pigs, and the pigs went crazy. In that movie, he pulled them demons out and cast it into that pig top, and he went crazy. Y'all go back and see that movie again.
That's why they tell you don't eat pork.
Put on the cross, he was hung between two thieves. That was the two guys that got executed ahead of him. Yeah. And the one thief said, when you go to heaven, will you remember me? That was the Indian brother that said to Tom Hanks, if I repent now, will I be good? Y'all need to go back and y'all need to start breaking code. But y'all can go, y'all like Matrix. Everything I need, like Matrix. because they showed a black woman and a black man that had the finest mind in the history of the planet, but the white boy was the savior. Huh? I ain't met a black person that didn't like it. How can you like that filth? And here a white man sit and took a mentally retarded nigger and made him Jesus Christ. And because of that, they tried to kill him. And when he said, I leave here and I join my Father in heaven.
All right, there y'all go.
He was the person.
Okay. Now, what y'all think about that? Y'all ready to watch some more of it? Y'all done with it? Because there is more parts to it. You guys just let me know what it is you want. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to watch the rest of it. Part 4. I can show the rest of it. Let me know. But that's a good movie. You guys check that movie out, Green Mile. I watched it, but I've did Gregory said you have to watch it with an open mind. I didn't watch it like that, so when I go back and watch it, I'm gonna watch it with an open mind. Okay, I got 2 yeses. Anybody else want to see the rest of this in regards to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? You guys want to watch the part 4? Put a 1 in the chat. Okay. I will go on with the rest of it. Okay, let me set it up for you. Turn it up. All right, here you go.
The person that Proctor was willing to help, since Proctor is the one who was picked to replace Martin King, but Jesse is the one he trained.
Listen to this, y'all, very carefully.
And you ain't got nobody else around Martin. Now, Andy was supposed to be shot with Martin, but Andy wasn't on the balcony. He was on the floor, so he didn't get it. Ralph was inside, so he didn't get it. Key point, if you spend all that time, and Martin's about to say you are agent, do you understand that you got to press go on the assassination? Because now Martin is so continuously condemning you, you got wiretaps everywhere. And we know what he said about Jesse in front of everybody, but who knows what he said when it was just him and Ralph? How much more severe was his accusations? Such that if you didn't kill Martin, of white limitations don't run out on murder. Okay, let's let this run, and then we're going to go back and look at it again in straight speed. Look at.
Watch this, you guys.
Look at Jesse. Martin still won't acknowledge him. Yes, go back. Now I ask you, when you look at it, is that Jesus or Judas? about you, Das?
On the few times, Das Williams visibly shaking himself.
Nobody would touch him.
He was caught up in it. But
Yes,
never
let it run, let it run.
Caught up as he was that night.
Now we're on the day of.
How he spent the day.
Now Jesse done went and told them, look, you better move now.
Reteaching nonviolence.
I'm running out of time. This the Last Supper.
Making sure that everybody was focused. I spent the day in court and convinced the judge that we could put together a nonviolent demonstration. When I came back to the motel, he said, where have you been? I've been looking for you all day long. And he picked up the pillow off the bed and he threw it at me. I was trying to explain to him that I'd been in court. And he said, don't you know you're supposed to call me? You need to let me know what's going on. I said, look, I was on the stand most of the day. And he was just feeling good. And every time I'd offer an excuse, he'd pick up another pillow and throw it at me. So after a little while, I just started paying him back. And everybody sort of picked up pillows, and we had just a very childish pillow fight. And then the last sentence. But he always liked to eat catfish at the Rainbow Town. And Miss Lady sent him up a platter. And Dr. Aguilar was upset because she only sent one platter. And the king said, hush, man. And put the plate in the bed. And said, everybody, get something off of this plate to eat.
See these men break up trying to tell that story.
Dinner was to be served at my home at 6 o'clock. I went to the room.
They brought him on the balcony at 3:06.
I said, oh,
You was shot with a 30-06.
He said, oh, no, I called the house and dinner is not until 6. So we are in no hurry. I said, oh, my goodness. But by doing that, it gave me the wonderful privilege of spending the last hour of his life in room 306. He and Ralph I.E.Network and myself. Then he and I were on the balcony. Ralph was still inside. And he was greeting people he had not seen.
I was in the parking lot, and we were suggesting that it was cool, and maybe he ought to go back and take a top coat with him, just in case.
I heard him above me.
It's my man Hosea.
And we had a limousine. I could touch the limousine. Had belonged to us by one of the local funeral homes. And I heard a voice, the guy who was driving the limousine. He said, Dr. King. Dr. King said, yes, Joe. He said, although the car is on, it's chilly. I recommend you get your coat. And the last word he said to Miss Wood, okay, Joe, get my coat. And all of a sudden, said, pow!
Stop. Oh, stop. Go back. Key point. Let's go back. There's the maid right there we were looking for. There's the cart. Oh. Okay, let's freeze it at the highest point where Jesse's back is in the... Right there. Stop. There we go. There's Jesse Jackson. There's the maid. There's the cart. There's the white boy, Lau, Laue, head of the community strike, a member of the Community Relations Service of the Justice Department, which spies on racial tension. His boss was Roger Wilkins, the nephew of Roy Wilkins. There's Muriel McCullough, the FBI, CIA, Memphis Police Department informant, who now works for the CIA. There's Martin King laying there with the towel over his face. Brother, I appreciate this pointer. This really helped out a lot. There's Ralph. There's Andy. Now, why is Jesse running up this way when everybody else came up that stairway and went that way? Because he had to make sure that room 316 and 317 didn't have no remnant of invader running out of it. Remember, he had that could have been the invaders running down that ramp right there. And when those people start that phony pointing, maybe the invaders might have went, no, down there. You understand? Because the invaders had what? Okay. Now, there's the maid. There's the cart. You see that cart? There are the wheels. You understand? At 6 o'clock, you ain't changing no beds and no motel? Check. Okay, let's let it run. There's a good shot of McCullough. There's Martin with the towel over his face. There's Martin again.
I looked up and didn't see him on the balcony, except that I saw his shoes sticking out the end of the balcony. All of the police, instead of going to where the shot came from, they were all coming to see what happened. So the picture on the balcony was us trying to say it came from over there.
Stop. Stop. There we go. That's good. There's that phony point. There's Jesse's head right there, making sure that he ran up there and gave a phony pointing. Now, here's the problem with the people pointing. All of the people pointing were this way, looking up to Martin. The shots came from behind them, whether from the bushes or from the rooming house, it was behind them. Not one single person said they turned around and saw somebody or at the rooming house. Those that even saw anybody, Solomon Jones, Earl Caldwell, saw somebody moving in the bushes. Check. So how is it that those with their back turns suddenly become so definitive on something they didn't even see? You understand? It's not logical that they're primary sources for a focus. Okay, we can turn the lights down. It was a script, right? So, and Andy's recanted his false pointing.
And covered him from his neck down. Someone had a towel put to it. Blood was just everywhere.
I went out in that yard and I started working. And all
Now listen how mad he was.
the hatred in my life, which was a lot of hatred, came up in me. I went to reach into the air and take molecules, protons, electrons, and make me a gun and kill me some white people. Because I thought it was right.
That's my man.
They came running across there. And I just, oh God, it's going to kill. I want to kill. I'd have died to kill. And I started thinking,
Okay, now watch this. After so much pressure being put on Jesse Jackson, Tim Russell of Meet the Press puts Jesse on April 5th, 1998, and takes him right back to that moment we just looked at. And who did Martin say speak for him that night? Who? Okay, listen to this. Turn it up.
Those days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now. Because I've been to the mountaintop. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life, longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain.
All right, that was a powerful speech that Reverend King gave, you guys. Now, I'm going to go into the next part of it. We're almost done with it, so I might as well keep going. This is part 5 coming up here. All right, I'm setting it up for you. I done got fired up with this. Woo. I hope you guys don't mind. I hope y'all still here watching this with me. This is something I gotta get out. This is something that our people need to know this, period. Especially people of color. We need to know the truth about this behind it. I need me a drink, y'all. But this is something us people as color need to know the truth behind this.
ahead, Jesse Holland. Go ahead, go ahead. The loudest affirmator, you know. Now,
As he concluded his speech, he walked behind, and there, as you see,
stop.
on the shoulder.
Now, what's happening? NBC Meet the Press, the most watched Sunday news program, goes back to this moment that we're out teaching is a point of distrust and evidence of Martin's dislike to Jesse. They go right back to that spot, put him right on Rockefeller's NBC, toss that ball right up and say, Jesse, now when I toss this ball up, I want you to stuff it home. So he puts a circle around Jesse's head and a circle around Martin's head, calls it close, and says, you were one of Martin's closest associates. What did Martin King say to you the night before he died? What's up, Black?
What did you say to Dr. King at that moment?
Yeah, back it up and get that sound in there. And Jesse gets to holding his eyes all up funny like in the Negotiator. Gets to...
I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
As he concluded his speech, he walked behind, and there, as you see, tapped on the shoulder by one Jesse Louis Jackson.
Highlights two faces and
At that moment, you recall?
wipes Ralph out.
Difficult to express it because I think we were all crying. It was different in that the minister sitting at the right where the Bill Hutchinson and Carl Evans, and then we were crying. It was kind of different. It was like we realized he was under this burden, like he had released himself. So he tried not to come to church to speak like he acted as did come. To speak, I said, and this was not and we looked together.
Stop.
And the crowd.
What did he say? He said, as you know, it was men crying, Ben Hooks and Billy Kyles. And as you know, he asked me to make that speech that night. And I said I'd only make that speech if I can take Ralph with me. Now, here's the point. There would be no need to do no stupid stuff like that unless something else was going on that compelled the need to give him a chance to reconstruct history, to protect his face from the faceless people who got the facts. There would be no need to do this. It just wouldn't be a need. Okay, let's go back, let's hear it one more time, and then we'll pull that one out.
And Dr. King came. So he got up there without notice and gave a very formal...
No, you got to go back a little bit.
Definitive.
And this is the book, The Bureau, that William Sullivan wrote, where he says this Proctor, not Pierce.
Because I think we were all crying. It was different in that the minister sitting at the right of the Ben Hooks and the Carl Evans. Many were crying. It was kind of different. It was like we realized he was under this burden, like he had released himself. So he tried not to come to church to speak, and he actually asked me to come to speak. I said, on this was an Abenaki go with me. So we went together, and the crowd cheered, and Ralph said, this is the thing.
Oh, yeah, listen. No, let that go. He says, Ralph says, Jesse, this is Martin crowd.
The church, and called Bernard Lee and Dr. King.
And then he says, and I went and called Bernard Lee. Instead of saying, I said, Ralph, if you ain't going to make the speech, don't call Martin, I'll make the speech. He says, Ralph says, this ain't our crowd. And I said, let's call Martin.
That was just weeping and wailing. And yet hearing at the end, as he almost foreshadowed his own demise.
Okay, this is what you do. Put it on fast forward. Just let it run. Yeah, just let that run a second. And now this is a key point. How hard have they tried to maintain and protect one of the people that they know was in on the assassination? And in 1977, this is from the book called The Man to See. It's by Evan Thomas, and it's on Edward Bennett Williams, a white man who used to own the Baltimore Orioles. If you read that book by Spike Lee on the Malcolm X movie, Captain Joseph talks about Elijah Muhammad going to Benny Williams to try to get the men out of jail who were allegedly accused of shooting Malcolm X. So he was known as a real fix-it white man who could fix a case in a minute. Big-time white boy. Also chaired the president's Foreign Intelligence Advisory Board. It's like the outside intelligence people on the inside of the government. Even at one point rumored to be Deep Throat. That's right, yeah, just let it run. That's Posner. Stop. Let's see if we stop that. Let's go back a little bit. Let's show the face of Gerald Posner, the little mop-headed white boy. Right there. Here we go. Turn on. Let's go a little slow. Not there. That's the Mason Temple. Stop right there. That boy right there, Gerald Posner, he wrote this book right here, Killing the Dream. He wrote this book, Killing the Dream. And on the back of his book is that picture with Jesse, Martin, and Ralph, with Martin looking real puzzled. Can you see that? Okay. And in his book, Killing the Dream, he tries to help out Billy Kyles. Because in William Pepper's book, Orders to Kill, he says that Kyles is a Memphis Police Department informant. So Posner, he's going to defend Billy Kyles, and he puts this in his book. He says, Mike Webb. He said, Jordan gained the election? He says here, Kyles told, in his book, Orders to Kill, William Pepper raises the strong inference that Kyles might have been an FBI informant. It's degrading and insulting, quote, Kyles says, about the author Pepper's accusations. It casts an aspersion over my 40 years in the civil rights movement. I saw how Pepper operates. Now, he says that he's appalled that Pepper called him an FBI informant. Check. But what did I say Pepper called him?
An FBI informant?
No, I said that Pepper accused him in this book, Orders to Kill. See, you got to listen to them somatically. See, they're going to deny something, but they ain't going to deny what they were accused of. In Orders to Kill, this book, William Pepper says that Kyles, he talks to the police chief, Sam Evans, who was running things then. He said Kyles was one of my informants. Billy Kyles was an informant. Billy Kyles is the one that told the police that Martin King don't need no protection that day. Okay? Billy Kyles is the one that made sure Martin King had his tie on. It was the briefing at 4:30 after Ray was checking in at 4 o'clock that said that friendlies will not be wearing ties, coding the people who were on the government side in the assassination scenario would not be wearing a tie. One guy that night was in an argument with Martin King because he was just insisting that he was not going to wear a tie to go to dinner. Who was that? Jesse Jackson. So much so that the argument is what held Martin King on the balcony so the shooting could go down after Kyles stepped away so they could get a better shot. Check. But my point here is that Posner defends Kyles as not being an FBI informant. The only problem was he was accused of being a Memphis Police Department informant. I mean, to me and you, an informant is an informant. But when you're somatically denying something, make sure it matches the accusation. Check. Let's see. There we go. Now, we just wanted to show Posner. Okay, you can let it fast forward. Okay, now, very important point. You can turn the lights up a second, because it'll take me a minute for that to get to the spot I need. In 1977, this is from that book.
Wow, you guys, you get that? Jesse Jackson.
On Edward Bennett Williams.
Okay, I'm going to play. This is the next one. Jesse Jackson argued the point of not wearing the tie when normally they would all wear ties. He argued him down and said he wasn't going to wear a tie because only the person that had on a tie was supposed to be the one that had gotten shot, which was Martin Luther King Jr., because you know he always wears a tie. He was a very well-dressed man, so he always had a tie on, and the people didn't have ties on, so it makes you wonder. Everybody that was out there didn't have a tie on except for him. So they knew, get the one with the tie. He was the target. And Jesse Jackson normally wears a tie, but in this day, he didn't have a tie on either. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I knew it was something about that man, that he just did something, just didn't sit right in my spirit with him. And now I see why. Okay, this is part 6, you guys. This is 10 minutes on this one too.
Embassy on Edward Bennett Williams. And this is Edward Bennett Williams says that Jesse Jackson came to see him because he thought he was in trouble with the U.S. government for misappropriating $1 million of the Push XL money. Page, for the record, page 464.
And the push is Reverend Jesse Jackson.
The establishment turned on Jackson, he came to Williams. In 1977, Senator Hubert Humphrey had seen a piece on 60 Minutes describing Jackson's attempts to motivate inner-city youth to get an education. Humphrey urged HEW Secretary Joe Califano. Now that's important that he was head of HEW, now Department of Health and Human Services, because Joe Califano worked for the U.S. Army at the time Martin King was assassinated. So he was he was the legal advisor to the Secretary of the U.S. Army, and Secretary of the U.S. Army was Cyrus Vance. His military attaché was Al Haig, and his legal counsel was Joe Califano. Not one single book on any King assassination or Kennedy assassination appropriately brings up the role of Vance, Haig, and Califano. So now Califano is on the inside, having been an assassin. Now he's going to help Jesse Jackson, having been an assassin. And Jesse Jackson goes to Califano and says, Jackson gratefully asked Califano for $25,000 grant. Califano told him he needed, quote, $1 million. Now, how many white people you ever met? You asked them for a quarter and they gave you $100. You ever met a white person do that? So it's strange. Jesse would walk into the government, ask for a $25,000 grant. Califano told him he needed $1 million, and then proceeded to give the black leader $6 million.
Oh my God.
Of the $6 million, he misappropriated $1 million. Now the feds got him for misappropriation of funds. He's $1 million missing. Reagan becomes the president. Jesse gets scared. He asks Edward Bennett Williams to talk to Reagan to cut him a deal on the $1 million. Edward Bennett Williams says, when the federal auditors asked to look at Jackson's books early in the Reagan administration, they found chaos. Jackson's organization, Push XL, see, you saw that other thing said Rainbow Coalition. When Push had to pay back the money, he left the leaned organization, L-I-E-N, lean, like lean on your debt. He left the organization that had a lien on it and went to Washington and set up another organization. When Push paid back the lien, he leaves Washington and sets up Push Rainbow Coalition. Check. Okay, because you got to watch him. He's a magician. But the white man is his Merlin. Jackson's organization, Push XL, was unable to account for $1 million of the money. The matter was referred to the Justice Department. Jackson came to Williams claiming that he was a victim of a vendetta by the Republicans. The case was dragging on, producing unflattering newspaper stories at a time when Jackson was trying to raise money for his 1988 presidential campaign. And Williams says that when he talked with the Reagan administration, he said quite the contrary. They were not only not trying to arrest Jackson, but had favorable viewpoints of him, so much so that they cut a deal to pay back $550,000 of the misappropriated money at $125,000 a year. And again, as I said earlier, that's when Jesse left Chicago, went to D.C. Just a case in point. The only point to that is no black man would ever be allowed to pay back a misappropriated grant when Abernathy's son just went down for $1,500. Now, I just want to keep that in line. Now, let's go back to something else very critical. Washington Post story. This story is dated July 12th, 1999. And the story, which I've now collaborated from the declassified documents that I have, FBI examined private life of King's successor. It says that after King died, the FBI began to investigate Coretta Scott King, Ralph Abernathy, and Andy Young. They emphatically said, we cannot trust these three, and we must do everything we can. They dropped the investigation of Coretta. They then went on to do to Andy and to do to Ralph what they had done to Martin. That was on April 12th that they signed the memo. On April 12th, I'm going to show you Jesse Jackson announcing that every time there's a crucifixion, there's a resurrection, saying that he is the resurrected man. Okay, what's that other tape you got there, Mr. Brown? Let's put this one in. Okay, let's put that one in and take it backwards a little bit. There's no other tape back there that you have? And that one is still rolling? Okay. Now, Jesse's a strong proponent of the no Raul theory. And again, I showed you when I was here last.
We were totally dependent on Dr.
Yeah, turn the lights down. Now run it backwards. Run it backwards. That's Jackie saying that when the assassination went down, Jesse called her. And Jesse said, Jackie, Martin's dead. You're going to hear about it, but Martin's dead. And Jackie, she says, well, what are we going to do now, Jesse? She didn't say, how's Coretta? She didn't say, how's everybody else? She didn't say, is anybody hurt? She said, Jesse, what are we going to do now? Something you want to tell me? Okay, gotcha. Okay, and in this picture, now, yeah, this is Jesse announcing he's available for leadership. But just keep going back, because I want to put this in context. Oh, there's the white man, Don Rose. He's very important, because Don Rose, the white man, just stop it. Freeze. Oh, right there. Hold him up against the wall. Don Rose, great. His name, you all don't know him. I'm from Chicago. Don Rose is the white man that you see when you black to get the white media to report on you. You don't go call NBC. You don't call CBS. You call Don Rose.
Yep, that's
and
right.
He gets the media. When I was attacked and fired out of the mayor's office in Chicago, it was Don Rose who coordinated the white media's attack on me, which came May 1st, the Illuminati birthday, 1988. Don Rose is the man that Jesse Jackson left town to meet up, who put him on the Today Show the next morning after Martin was killed to start the discussion that Jesse is the heir apparent to Martin King. And you'll hear him say, I told Jesse, and we reinforced each other, that Jesse was the likely choice. Well, excuse me, Mr. White Man. Are you in the SCLC? And doesn't it seem odd, Mr. White Man, that outside of the FBI, you're the only other white man that feels it's your job to pick the black man to run the black organization? See, it takes a lot of arrogance for me to stand here and say who's going to be head of the next ADL. Lieutenants of Satan. That would be like, well, you ain't even in the group. You can't even vote him in. But everybody don't know Don Rose. He's another one of those white people of the Jewish religion that got their fingerprints on the King assassination. And you don't know him. There used to be something in Chicago called Triple C. And Don Rose was the front man behind Al Raby, who was one of Martin King's associates, one of Harold Washington's associates, who died writing the resolution for the Black Jewish Coalition condemning Steve Coakley on November 25th, 1989. Al Raby dies laying on the resolution condemning me. Whatever that was struck his ass dead with a heart attack at 155 pounds, 5'9". Okay, now let's keep going backwards. Let's just keep going backwards because I'm going to show you Jesse in the courtyard. Now remember we saw the people falsely pointing. For the record, in this picture is the man Raul, who's picked out of a lineup by a white woman named Grable. And Raul is standing next to Lee Harvey Oswald, who's standing next to Clay Shaw. Point being that the people who killed in the Kennedy came around for the king.
Wow.
Okay? Same squad. Notice Jesse, what is he? Does he have a tie on? Now remember we heard, stop right there. That's Calvin Moore. Oh, stop right there. Look at Jesse, no tie on.
I can't see it either, you guys.
That's Ben Branch. Jesse wouldn't wear a tie that night. The briefing to the military men is friendlies will not be wearing ties. Ralph had on a tie. Martin was made to put his tie on. But Jesse emphatically wasn't going to wear no tie. And when we look at the people...
Oh, there you seen he didn't have it on. All right. Let me see if there's one more. Nope, that was it. That was it. So, Ralph Abernathy was probably supposed to had gotten killed with Martin, Reverend Martin Luther King. So, I don't know what's going on with that, but Jesse Jackson, I don't know. It's something about that guy that I just don't like, and I never liked him from the beginning. Anyway, so from the beginning. All right, I gotta turn this down. All right. So Jesse Jackson was trying to get his way in there to think that he was going to be the savior for the people, whereas he was never supposed to be in there in the first place. But by Martin Luther King getting killed, he thought he was going to slide his way in there to be the leader of the black people, and that wasn't supposed to happen either. So they just killed a great man that had dreams for the people of color, and that's just sad how they did him. He's another one that they got rid of. Okay, you can get the rest of it. All right, you guys, I'm going to take a call now. Anybody want to call in? Anybody have anything to say? I'm setting up my call now. Okay. I gotta close out some things. I got a lot of stuff in here going on. All right. I have my phone set up now, you guys. So anybody want to call in, you are able to call in now. All right, this is Nightbook. I know you have some words for today for us. Shalom, Nightbook. Book.
Hey.
What's going on? Got you on live.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, we have an audience here tonight. Some people have left, but we have people here. I'm sure there are other people watching that have not hit that like button. Please hit that thumbs up, you guys, so I know you're here. I appreciate it. All right, what you got for us tonight? What you want to talk about tonight?
Well, I mean, we could talk about the rest of that video. There's more to it.
Okay, you got to get me
There
the
was
rest
a
of that video. That was only part of it.
yeah, actually, and there's more that Dick Gregory said as well that was edited. So I
Okay.
don't know why the videos were edited like that, but
Okay.
I'll make sure to get the rest to you.
Okay.
But yeah, I like to believe that part of his reward was his ability to run for the campaign of president. You know,
And I
and he,
believe that he would have had a good chance of winning. I really do believe.
mm, I don't know. I can't really say that.
I
I
believe he
mean,
would
I
have
know
had a
people
good
were
chance
happy.
of winning.
I don't think that they really set it up for him to win. I think it was more a point for him to advertise his campaign for Push and the Rainbow Coalition myself.
Oh,
But
not for Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson would never win.
right.
But I'm talking
But
about
I believe,
Martin Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King. I believe he could have won. I
oh,
believe
if
he could
he
have.
would have went for office, you're saying.
Huh?
You meaning if he would have did that, I don't think that would have happened. I think he would have probably been allowed to run. But there's basically only 5 with family bloodlines that have occupied the presidency in this country. So, and yes, Obama is a part of that bloodline.
Yes.
So,
But I still believe they would have let him run, and they probably would have tried. They probably would have killed him in office if he would have made it that far. I believe they would have. And they would have did kill. They would have let him in and killed him to make a mockery of him.
well, has there ever been a clergyman to run for public office before?
Mm, I believe it was
I
one.
don't think.
I believe it was
I
one.
don't know. I don't know if there's a precedent. Gotta definitely look that up. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really up in the air. I think at the time the country, black people would have definitely voted for him, but I don't believe that he would have had the overwhelming white vote at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that era then. I don't think it was ready. I don't think it would have been ready. He would have made a killing on the black vote for sure. You
Right.
know, minorities for sure, but and some empathetic or sympathetic white folks. But I think at that time it was more overtly racist people in society than
Yeah.
now. I mean,
But
now it's become trending. You know, it's more of a trending thing. But go ahead, what you gonna say?
he did have quite a few white followers. He had a lot of minority followers, period. Not necessarily
No
black,
question.
but minority, because he was representing a lot of minorities.
No question. But
Mm-hmm.
again, with the powers that the structure that they had in place, that they still have in place there, highly unlikely. And even if he would have, I mean, because they pretty much to select who wins.
Mm-hmm.
So they just allow us to believe that our vote counts, but it really doesn't.
Yeah.
If it really, you know, I mean, truth be told, Trump was selected at Bohemian Grove, and don't be surprised if you see him come back again. I mean, the man is impeached, but it's like it didn't even
He's
matter.
not going nowhere,
Of
because
course not.
this is part of why all of this is going on, to throw everybody off, to make people think he's doing such great things. Get him back in there.
No question.
And then when he comes back for another 4 years, watch what's going to happen then. It's going to be bad.
Well, of course, because what that does is this. For the enabled racist people that feels enabled based on his attitude and the little tirades that he goes on from time to time,
Mm-hmm.
imagine how they'll feel when they see him come back again. Against everything that was thrown against him, and then he turns around and comes back again.
Yeah.
Then it's going to get, just off of that alone, oh yeah, definitely. Most
And the
definitely.
thing is
They've been
this.
pushing for a race war they've been pushing for a race war in this country for the longest. They
Mhm.
got everything in place. They got the open, empty FEMA camps ready, operational,
Mhm.
ready.
Mhm.
They got the rail cars with the shackles in them that can hold several different people. They
Mhm.
got the different old factories that they've refurbished that has the into modern day concentration camps.
And then they're
You
saying
know,
that they opening up a lot of these old warehouses and turned them into hospitals. What they did, they didn't turn them into hospitals. They turned them into rooming, like rooming houses, not rooming houses, but just open places where people can sleep at.
hmm
Mhm.
I mean, it's just they got it already.
Yeah.
They are the police. Several different police have weapons that now incorporate 5G
Mhm.
technology. I think I sent you a video. It came from anonymous, as a matter of fact,
I can't
and they
show it
have
because
footage.
that'll be jeopardizing my page. Anything
No,
like
I get
that.
that.
Mhm.
No, I get that. I get that. But in that video, they show news footage where they're discussing how police have already experimented using it. Like they sent bursts in the crowds where people say it feel like their skin was on fire, and they showed a guy opening up the back of his shirt, and his skin looked like frosted flakes.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
Now
um,
they have
so I mean,
weapons that use 5G. That's why they put 5G up everywhere. Is because when they use 5G, they can use that for a mass annihilation.
well, I could tell you this much: they have them up here. I came across one the other day, as a matter of fact, that I
Did you
didn't
get
even
that
know was
picture?
there. Not yet. I haven't gotten to
Okay.
shoot, but I'm going to try to shoot a video because of that tree as well.
Okay.
There's a 5G tower sitting on the corner of one of our streets here in Phoenix, and right across the street from it is a tree,
Mhm.
and the tree is looking in pretty bad shape.
Mm.
So
You
I
said
want
right
to get
across the
pictures of
street or right next to it?
right across the street.
Mm.
You walk across the street on to the other side of the street, and it's sitting right there, and it doesn't look right. So I want to get pictures of it before they either treat it or do
Yeah.
something to it to remove it to try to
Because I
make
definitely
it so
want to get
people
that. I can get that picture out there and show the effects of what the 5G is doing. I can do that.
peep this. Then today, and I couldn't get a picture because my phone was full. I got to go back around over there though because I remember where it's at.
Mhm.
I was at one of my stops because I installed satellites,
Mm.
and in one of the residential areas was another one of those towers in the residential area,
Wow.
sitting right there. So I
Wow.
definitely want to get a picture of that. I mean, you got people with 2-story houses right next to it. So, mm, yeah, it's kind of crazy like that.
That's
I
crazy.
rolled by that one. I rolled by that one, and for real, it felt like a wave. Just like I walked into a wave or something. Not walked in, but just rolled through.
Mhm.
And for a little bit there, I was feeling kind of nauseated there.
Wow. Yeah,
Had a
you was
little
telling me
tingle.
that.
You know what I mean? I had a little tingle when I turned the corner to head up the street. It gradually, went away, but it just
Mm.
hit me right all of a sudden. It wasn't, something that had been before or after. I hadn't felt
Right.
like that before then. And
Right.
ever since then, I've been feeling kind of like exhausted more. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why I said those things. It drains you. They are exhausting because it's draining your energy.
I could tell you today, I was definitely feeling the effects
Mm.
because I've been feeling tired more than ever now. So, oh man,
Hey, real
it's
entrepreneur. Yeah, so those things, those 5G towers, you really have to be careful around those things because they will dry you out. They will drain you. Your skin will change. Your Your body cells, everything about you will change.
I think direct exposure to it, like say for instance, if you live right there in that direct vicinity near that corner,
Mhm.
you might become cancerous,
Mhm. It's a
or if you
form of
have any kind of
radiation.
doubt. Well, it's like a microwave,
Mhm.
basically.
Mhm.
It's really what it is, an open air microwave. So,
Yes, a radiation.
and everybody, and I mean, if you think about it, it's a calculated plan. Everybody is wondering why they're wanting to open up the country because they're saying money is this and everything about the economy.
Yeah.
No, they're doing this and steadily telling you what's going to happen and impending threats. They're telling you all these things to keep people in fear. And then the ones that are more fearful are going to stay fearful. And then the ones that are rebellious are going to get even more rebellious.
Yeah.
This is all by design.
Yeah.
They know that people are going to go out there because they want to be defiant.
Mhm.
Those that are being defiant are going to get infected, and they're going to take it back home.
Mhm.
Everybody there is going to get infected. I mean,
Mhm.
this is a calculated plan. For
Yeah.
real, though. If you're really smart and you really don't want to be involved, I would just stay home. Even when they open everything up, I'm still looking at it like quarantine.
And that's what they're telling you. If you gotta go out, they say the basic necessities, your grocery store, your drug store, in places like that, essential places, go to those things, but go back home and stay home. Not go out and they'll tell you to take a walk and go home. Not go around and be
But
around
see,
everybody. But they tell you the
all
key thing that they say though, go
true that.
outside, wear your mask.
True that. I'm seeing more 5G towers now. Like, I don't know if they're in all the parks, but I think I've seen a couple in a couple of them. So,
I don't
yeah, they're
even
going
go
to
to
tell you to
parks.
go places like that. They're going to tell you, I mean, how is it that it goes from being a pandemic to now, oh, yeah, you can go on out now?
Right.
Even the people that were protesting about opening it up were standing there with masks on. So,
Mhm.
what are you really saying? What are you really saying?
The
We're
people
really
that don't
wanting.
want, people that come out there, see, they're saying, oh, we open it up, but they're thinking that open it up and people are going to come out without masks. But the ones that are saying open it up got the mask on, so the ones that don't have masks could go out there and do what they want to do, and they might be the first ones gone. Mhm.
Well, yeah, well, it says that the first ones to go will be the fearful and the non-believing.
Mhm.
So, you know what I mean? The fearful and the non-believing. I mean, it's
I
simple
don't
logic.
have a fear, but I have a caution.
You have to have a healthy amount of caution. I
Mhm.
mean, real talk. When you come into the understanding of this truth, it doesn't make you a superhero.
Mm-mm.
Don't get into this false delusion of now all of a sudden, because of this, you all of a sudden now have this invisible shield around you that
Yeah.
forever protects you. Like bullets can bounce off of it, and
Mhm.
you'll defy gravity. You'll defy accidents. I mean, come on now. You got to use common sense with it.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not, I mean, if it's an extenuating situation that is out of your control, then I
Mhm.
guess then that would be a time when the father would want to step in.
You
That's
put
what
your
I'm
faith.
thinking.
You put your
Anyway,
faith. You know, you have your faith in the Father, but then He also tells you to have common sense, because
right?
it's not like He's gonna step in here right now and say, "Huh, you're saved." It's a process with that. But only
Exactly.
He
You have to
knows
put
when
in
the
work
time
for that.
that He's gonna save you. But still, in the process of that, don't just put your, deliberately walk out on blind faith and say, "Oh, he got me. I'm gonna go out here around in the crowd with everybody who got coronavirus. He gonna protect me." That's not
Right, and you're
smart
out there
thinking.
without a you're out there without a mask and you're touching on everybody. Come on, stop
That's not
it,
smart thinking.
stop it.
But
No, it isn't.
He can do it now. He can do it. I don't
But
underestimate
see,
him. But He
here's the
did not
yes, but by
tell
doing
you to
that,
go do
by
that.
doing that, doing things like that, you are
Mhm.
trying to tempt the Most High, and He don't like that. He more like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do not try to tempt him by thinking that just because he told you he got you, you're going to try to test it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
But
That's
only
just
if
plain
he
ignorance
tells you
right
to
there.
go out there, and you have to really listen to him tell you, because he will lead you to it where you can be like, I don't want to go do that. But if he tell you, okay, you go and do this, but you have to know deep that it's him. It can't be your will. It's his will. He's going to
I
lead you
believe
to that. And that's what he's going to
true that.
lead you through that. But you can't just go and do this on your own.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that in a situation, how it works is, say for instance, you were at a job where they didn't provide you with proper PPE.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was up to you to have to get the equipment for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you're in between. You're stretched thin. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even to get those little things is like a burden for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then in those situations is when I believe the Father would look over you. You see what I'm saying? When it's a situation where you're trying to do everything you can, and yet you still can't.
Yeah.
If you had to come with something less than, I believe if you pray to him then in that
He's
situation,
going to look out for you because he knows
and you're
what
smart,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? You don't just, and you're smart about it.
Mhm.
I believe he'll protect you that way.
Mhm.
But again, do not try to test him.
Yeah.
That is just plain ignorance. That's like, I mean,
That's
come on
playing
now.
devil's
When you were a
advocate, because
kid,
that's right there. When you trying to tempt him and test him, that believes you have no faith in that the devil has his hand on you. Because a true
Exactly.
person that follows the Most High is you wouldn't tempt your father, your
Right.
earthly father. So why would you tempt and play with him?
Exactly. Exactly that.
You know, he gonna do you just like your earthly father. Your earthly father will beat you down. What makes you think he won't do the same?
But just on a grander scale.
Yeah, yeah. And he'll let you sit you down and let you know that I am he. I am that I am. I am he. I am that
All
one.
right. Exactly. Exactly.
The one,
So,
the only, the way, the truth, and the light. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So to me, it's better to be cautionary with this situation. Don't be an idiot.
Exactly.
And don't get me wrong. I'm certainly not trying to quell anyone's light or feeling of vigor that they gained from this. I'm certainly not trying to do that. All I'm trying to do is keep you grounded.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you don't want to get so full of it to where it sends you on this blind delusion of grandeur.
And you forget where you come from. Because
Right.
you get too high, you think you're too high, you
and-
can get knocked back down.
Right. That's like somebody trying to think, oh, I can walk through fire.
Don't you know that
what I'm saying?
fire hot? That fire hot. You don't want that heat.
Right. Oh, Most High got me. Let me pour this acid on me.
Okay, well, go ahead and burn then, because he didn't tell you to do it.
You feel me? So
And then you
come
expect
out,
him, when you pour the acid on you, you expect him, okay, miraculously, ta-da, I'm healed. No, you're not. You a fool. That's what it is.
you don't like ugly. And that to
And
me
he
is
sure
ugly
ain't too
behavior.
fond of the pretty either.
Right. So going back to this whole situation, people, my advice, do not buy into the propaganda. I mean, you can't have it both ways. At the beginning of the day, they say there's no new cases. By midday, it's jumped up to 300 and something. And then by the end of the day, they're telling you they're thinking about opening up everything. Stop it. Stop it.
No.
They're doing this stuff because they're doing this for the ignorant. Let's just be 100. They're doing this for the ignorant. The ones that actually take everything literally that they see in here. You understand what I'm saying? How else can you explain somebody injecting themselves with disinfectant? Because they heard the president say something about it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you have to realize that there is a healthy amount of people that are dysfunctional on that level walking around in this country right now.
And people
Right?
are walking around blind. What I mean by blind is not by sight, but walking around blind because they don't know, because they're not using common sense, God-given sense. But common sense will tell you it is a virus out here. They don't know where it's come from. They don't know how.
Yeah,
They
they
see
do.
that it's killing people,
Yes,
but
they do. Come on now. Come
no,
on, think
that now
about it.
there is a there. This is the thing. It has been proven that it has been created in Wuhan, China, in a lab. They got that evidence. They haven't shown the evidence, but there is evidence. I just brought that information out today.
Well, I'm pretty sure that no matter what, America had its hands all over it as well.
But this is the
Let's
thing.
just
They
be
don't know
100.
exactly what's in this virus because this virus is constantly mutating. It started off with one
mutated.
symptom, then it changed to another symptom. Now here it is, another symptom. Now they're saying it is causing internal bleeding.
And I think it's real talk. What I believe is this. They're trying to pump up everybody to believe it's some kind of disease that moves around like The Happening. You remember that movie, The Happening, with Mark Wahlberg? They're trying to make it seem like it's so smart. It knows the difference between a barbershop and an essential building like a supermarket or something.
No.
It knows the difference. It knows well, obviously that's how they're trying to play it.
Yeah.
What it is simply is this. They are using the fear of an unknown, unseen enemy so that it pumps everybody up into wanting to go and get vaccinated.
Yeah.
And that vaccine that they're claiming to have is nothing more than the COVID-19 virus that they created. See, it probably was released, and when it eventually first attacked everybody, anybody with a weak immune system automatically is susceptible to it.
Now, this the thing that they're saying that's supposed to be the thing that's helping the people that has it is that remdesivir. What? Let me see. Oh, let me find it.
Everything that the thing about it is this.
Remdesivir. That's what it is. They're saying that's helping people. 60% of the people that they've given it to, it has helped every one of those.
I'm gonna just say this, truthfully, if they really truly, if it truly was such a deadly virus as they're stating, it wouldn't have the recovery. There wouldn't be as many recoveries. You see what I'm saying?
Well, we're a little over 1 million people out of 3 million, 3.5 million is 355 something million people that has the coronavirus, but a little over 1 million, like 1,069,000, something like that, people have recovered from it. But then there's another portion of it, people, I want to say like 66,000 people that have died. Okay, the 1,060,000 people plus the 60-some thousand people that have died. What happened to the rest of the people?
What I'm trying to get to you, the point that I'm trying to stress is this. In this whole situation with that, if in fact, you have all of these people that have died from it, right? Were they people that died from it and then they tested the body to see what it was? Or they did a test and then they died?
Right. Hey, Big Red.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't, let's see those numbers in its entirety. Don't just say this many deaths and then that many people. You got over 1 million people exposed, but yet they claim that they don't have that many tests. How would you know?
Well, they have. It's over 3.5 million people.
Remember now, and yes, and there also have been proof shown that doctors, you even came out and said it yourself. Doctors are claiming people are having COVID-19 no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You can come in with a common cold, COVID-19. So you're included in that statistic.
You can come in with a common cold, and they'll code you as, oh, that's COVID-19. People are dying, having heart attacks, and they're saying they're dying from COVID-19, and that's not really what's the problem. So no matter what, you have
included in that statistic.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's what's included in those statistics.
Yeah.
When you see these inflated numbers, that's from those numbers of them putting false numbers in there. You feel what I'm
D
getting
squared.
at?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it only makes sense then that I feel like this. For the people that have recovered, that just shows proof right there that the body is naturally built to be able to combat something.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? But if you're injected with it and it bypasses all of your body's natural defense mechanisms and it goes straight into your bloodstream, it isn't a coincidence that you would just suddenly drop dead because it didn't. Your body never had a chance to fight it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If it's injected into you, it's automatically that you're gonna die because it's through your bloodstream. It's going. It's
and I
through
believe
you're
that's
going
where you
through
get
your
those
veins.
numbers from.
But if it's something that you have
believe the
inhaled,
numbers
it's
are coming
got to
from.
fight its way to get there.
I believe that's where the numbers come from. It's coming from people that have been tested, and then also, you know, for them to be coming up with these different try running this, win it up, or try something. That's from them trying stuff on people that are sick or near death.
And see, it's happening more so in places where they're telling the people, "Oh, bring them here. You can't visit. You can't see them."
Okay, then. So what does that tell you? Human guinea pig.
Yeah. And then you got to look at it too this way. They have a lot of the elderly that are in these nursing homes where the family put them in the nursing homes. They don't come there that often, so they die and people don't know that they're dead. And then they come, 1 minute they'll say they're okay, then the next minute they say they're dead. But what happened in between that day or two that they died? And they said they're giving them there, we're treating them.
Right.
Treating them with what?
I mean, they can experiment with bodies, like make them like cadavers. I can say this. I know of times and instances at nursing homes here where there have been instances where bodies have been in rooms for like, I think one time it was in the room for a week. And nobody ever went to the room. They just, eventually the smell was just so bad. They eventually called the fire department. They had to go in there with hazmat suits and everything. You know what I'm saying?
D Square says she has. D Square, she's a nurse. She says she had a lady in there that's 80, and she says, I don't know what's wrong with the housekeeper tonight. I was trying to send her to the ER. She looked and sounded horrible and was coughing bad. She may have the coronavirus, and if she's around you guys and she's coughing like that, D, she's putting you guys in jeopardy as well.
Well, I can tell you, I mean, ask D if there's any 5G towers at the hospital, because usually they'll be on the roof or somewhere near the antennas and the dishes that they use. Because I can guarantee you this much. If you have any kind of virus of any kind and you get a hit with those 5Gs, they interact together.
She said she's getting some rubber bracelets. And do not give me vaccine in case I fall out. Are there any 5G towers anywhere near UD, near that hospital there? Do they have the 5G towers up on the roof or anywhere near that hospital? She says it's a town in New Mexico. You can't even go there because everybody there has it. Everybody there in New Mexico has coronavirus. Yeah, that's crazy. That's why they are building up things. And that wall is being built not to keep immigrants out, that wall is going to be built to keep us in.
And it's not even keeping them out. There's video that shows them climbing over the new wall without any problem in broad daylight.
But that wall is not meant for them to keep them out. That wall is meant to keep us in.
Of course. And here's the thing, Mexico has already came out and said nobody from the U.S. can go over there.
They don't want
asylum.
us there. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So turnabout is fair play now.
D, do they have the 5G towers around the hospital where you work?
I mean, they got them building up different walls from different areas and barring you from moving from town to state to state, different stuff like that. And even when they open it up, it's just simply so that everybody else can get infected and make it widespread.
Yeah.
I mean,
except for the people
now.
that don't want to go out. For the people that don't want to go out.
All I'm saying is, look, you look at the story in the Bible about how the people were in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You had brothers that were walking around in the streets, just like you got brothers on the corner trying to speak on this truth. You had brothers back then walking around the streets of Israel, which is now called Mizraim, trying to explain the same thing. Yo, look, it's getting pretty hectic and heated here. It's going to get to a point where we're going to have to book up out of here. And people were being ignorant to it. They were like, nah, I ain't going nowhere. This is my city. I ain't got to go nowhere. They try to come up in here and I got this. And they want to pull out guns. Look, you can have a couple of handguns. You can have a couple of rifles and even a semi-automatic weapon. When all of that weaponry is over with and they still got 20 to 30 other guys coming in with the same weaponry, then what? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then what?
Dee says she haven't seen any of the towers, 5G towers on the buildings there. Or even close to the buildings.
That's good. I hope she stays safe, for real, though.
Yeah.
Everybody that, for that matter, man. Not just her, but everybody for that matter.
Yeah, you gotta be safe, be prayed up, and...
Be smart, man. Don't just... Don't leave caution to the wind and act like it can't happen to you.
And she says she wears 3 masks.
See? I ain't even mad at that.
Yeah.
And plus, you know, have more than one mask. Because if you just have one mask, you know what I'm saying?
Well, she said she wears 3.
Okay, does she wash them? Does everybody, you know?
Well, these are what the hospital give them, so they don't have to wash their masks. Those are the disposable ones that the hospital give them.
Okay. That's another thing. People, and then, you know, walking around with gloves, keep in mind, your hands may not have touched everything, but the gloves have.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they have gloves. They change out the gloves.
That's if they're disposable. I'm talking about if you have people that walk around with, like, gloves. You see what I'm saying? Like handyman gloves, different ones like that.
I went and bought me. I went to. They don't have any other regular gloves. I went and bought the gloves that you use to wash your dishes.
Right.
But I have hand sanitizer. So when I'm out and about, I have those gloves on. I use hand sanitizer and wipe them, and I wipe. They're still wet, so I use a paper towel and wipe them off and toss them, and then I put some more hand sanitizer on, and then when I go in the store, I use the hand sanitizer spray and spray the gloves down.
Right.
Yep.
Like me, I try to use my work gloves just for when I'm outside at a customer's house and using it to build additions and things like that.
She said there's a football stadium and NRG is a few blocks away, so I know there are 5G towers. Yeah.
Okay. One thing I try not to do is take my work gloves in the house with me.
Yeah.
Because, say, for instance, I'm at someone's house, and then later on come to find out they had the virus.
Yeah.
And then I've been touching things in their house with those gloves.
Yeah. See, that's what I don't do. I don't bring my gloves in either, or my mask. I spray my mask down.
Because I can't take those. Right, because I can't take those gloves to another person's house and then be touching stuff on their house, and then leaving that from that other house over there now. You see
And she
what I'm
said
saying?
Rice
So
University is right across the street from where she works. So yeah, you got to be doubly careful there. Yeah.
I trust me, I got to think outside the box with that because
Mhm.
you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah.
And the area of town where I'm at is kind of where the majority of the cases are more or less forming at.
Oh
It's
wow.
more or less like the 55 and up communities.
Yeah.
We have a lot of communities here on the way east side of Phoenix where it's like either mobile homes or little small compact little homes that are built in these little communities that got guard shacks where
Okay.
it's just 55 and up, and a lot of those communities are being hit.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And the reason being is because a lot of those are snowbirds.
Okay.
And what a snowbird is basically somebody that lives in another state
It
but
comes
comes
there
out
during the
here
summer.
for
For the winter
summer
time, they
here.
come and then go back to their towns in the summer. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, see, out here in
So
my
that's
town,
how
it's a mixture of people, but we're not too close on top of each other because this is a small farming town, and we got a mixture of different age people out here. We have a senior building, but in the senior buildings, they really don't even come outside.
Right. Right. Most of because of this whole COVID-19 thing, a lot of the people that are from somewhere else already went back home just because they wanted to be, they didn't
Close
want
to
to
their
be
families
quarantined.
right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it was more about that. So those communities, the residents that are normally there, they kind of like quarantine themselves and stuff. They love the fact that I walked through the door already masked and gloved up and everything.
Right.
So it goes pretty cool.
Stay
with
ready
that,
so you don't have to get ready.
Exactly, and I always wash my hands after every job, no matter what, just so I don't take anything with me to the next place. So
Right.
yeah.
Even when I go outside, I wear I have a spray bottle right there at my door on the stairs. I spray my shoes before I can switch it out. I have a disinfectant spray that I spray my shoes before I bring my shoes in the house. I leave them sit on the stair for a little while, let the disinfectant spray dry on them. But I keep another pair of shoes, my house shoes, right by the door in my house. So I wear those in the house and then take my shoes and put them on and go outside and take my shoes off outside and come in the house, put on my other shoes. Because I don't want to walk outside because people do nasty stuff. They be spitting and coughing and that stuff. The air from the air, it lands on the ground and you walk through that stuff and then you're tracking that stuff in through your house.
Yeah, I can get that. I tend to wash my shoes anyway, so I'm not tripping on that. The idea of anything getting on them. Because I normally wash the shoes after I wear them anyway and put them up. So that and then but it's really not that bad as your numbers showed earlier. It ain't really that bad out here, so it ain't. It isn't unfeasible for them to open up here. It's just that the fear that they have is an influx of people trying to come from other places.
But the thing about that is you guys have not even reached your peak yet. Your numbers are starting to incline. Your numbers are going up.
Again,
It's quite a few states that haven't hit their peak yet. Some states have hit their peak and they're starting at a decline. They'll go up, then they'll had a curve, they'll go down, and then they'll even out. So once they hit that curve, they come down like this, then they're like this, and they're even, and then they'll drop, and then they're even. So it's not like it's come up, then down, then up, and then even. They're up there, then they slowly come down, but as they're going down, they're up here, then they come here, and they stick here, then they go here and they stay there. So now a lot of places are just staying. They're stable at one level, but nobody has been low, go up, then go right back down. Everybody's numbers are up.
Yeah, again, I think a lot of that is because we get transient people coming from other places.
And that's everywhere. That's why they're closing. That's why they said they wanted to close the borders to the states so nobody else can go into no other states. And even in New York, people were crossing from New York going into Jersey and upstate New York going into the other places up that way. They had the police going to them places and getting them people and arresting them and bringing them back.
Right. Because I'm telling you, it's design, man. It's a design. They are trying to get. They finally come up with a virus or something that can kill people with melanin in their skin.
See, they tried to do it. They tried to do it with the AIDS. AIDS didn't do it.
Well, they tried to do it with the H1N1.
Yeah.
They tried to do it with Ebola.
Yeah.
They tried to do it with the bird flu.
Yeah.
They tried to do it with the other one that just not too long ago came out. I mean, they've been trying for centuries to come up with something.
Yeah.
That's why whenever you look at them and they show footage when they're talking about, but we have scientists that are working day and night to try to come up with a cure. They'll show test tubes. They'll show a needle jerking some liquid into a little vial, but then they'll also show white people sitting on tables without shirts, them looking in their eyes, doing checkups, doing other stuff with white folks. You never see people of color because they're trying to figure out something that can only affect us. That is why it's not a coincidence. The reason why our numbers are up more so is not just because we're out and about. It's because of the fact that they are using us as the damn test dummies.
Yeah.
The only places that they are using to make these testing sites are in the hood.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Everybody that wants to get a vaccination shot is having to go into the hood. They want to go into the projects. They've already been doing that. They're going to start setting them up in the churches, the black churches.
Yeah.
That's how they're going to get their money, is if they set up their churches to be testing sites so that their congregation can go in there and get injected with it and take it back home with their family.
Yeah.
That's how they're trying to get rid of us, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple. Why else would they continue to send out cross-confusing messages? Why else would they continue to try to send contradictory information?
But this is one thing that they're failing to realize. While they're trying to do so much to eradicate the people of color, look how many more of us that are still standing. And they're losing so much more of the white people than they are. We're losing a lot of black people of color.
No, false. If you look at the numbers, B. If you look at the numbers in each city that they have these numbers at, the proportions of those numbers, we dominate each one. We're dying at a more disproportionate rate in each one of these locations.
Not here.
I'm telling you.
Not here.
Maybe not there. Okay, maybe
but what
not
I'm saying
there.
is, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of us dying, but it's a lot of them dying too.
Not as much as us.
Yeah.
Not as much as us. Again, it is a different thing when you are injected with it and it bypasses your natural body's defenses than to just be out there and you contract it and then you're down for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Because they're taking the young and old. They're not discriminating against, the age. But it's a lot of the elderly are going, but still, they're not caring who they get. They're trying to get everybody.
I'm just trying to tell you. Just trying to tell you. It ain't rocket science. Really, it ain't. But they try to keep you entertained. They try to give you little things to entertain and please you in the meantime while they get it all set up.
Right.
I mean, come on. The day that they announced that they was going to close down America, so to speak, they was already broadcasting commercials with people wearing masks, and this company is standing with the president, and we're doing this and that and having. Come on, you just had it, really? Not even a couple of minutes ago, and y'all already got a whole campaign ready on these commercials, huh?
Now, see, this
Tell
is the
me.
thing. What I'm kind of tripping on is Trump's daughter, Ivanka. She had it, and then all of a sudden it's gone within a week.
I'm sure the president had it. Remember when he said he didn't shake the hand or even was in the same room with that British prime minister that had it?
Yeah.
And then the picture
Boris
showed him
Johnson,
distinctly.
yeah.
Not only was he in the room, he shook his hand, was shaking his hand in the picture, and they were talking.
Yeah.
Come on
Boris
now.
Johnson.
They didn't want him to. That's the reason why he didn't wear a mask. Because he didn't want everybody to see the image of a buffoon president.
Yeah.
That's what his whole administration is trying to avoid.
Yeah.
They know if he had came out and admitted it, then that would have made him look like the biggest idiot in history.
Well, he already
You
looked
were the
like
one
the
that
biggest
came.
idiot anyway, without all of that.
This is true. This is true. But at the same time, he's what we got as our president. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what we got.
But then
They
I look
trying
at
to-
it this way. They are going to put it on saying that it's the black people's problem, it's the black people's fault.
That's the whole reason why I'm trying to tell you to look at the numbers. There's a reason why it's being like that.
Yeah.
For that reason right there. They're going to use us as the new face of the new terrorism in this country. Because you're going to see all these different videos, because now you have videos of people partying in Chicago and in Florida and different other places, right?
Yeah.
So you gave them ammunition, my people. You gave them ammunition.
Yeah.
Because you know they're going to replay that same footage
And see, look at them. They're just animals. They
and they're
can't
going to
control
and even
themselves.
though and even though it's going to be old footage to somebody, to an old white couple
that never
sitting
seen it,
somewhere
gonna
and-
think it's something new.
Exactly. It's all about impression.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's just going to make the racism even more justified. Oh, now we know y'all can kill us, so fuck y'all. You dig what I'm saying?
See, they're gonna keep it going.
I mean,
They look at them. They can't control themselves. They want to go hang out and party. This killing us. Just kill them all. They're animals. They're gonna kill us. They can't do this, and they're jeopardizing us because it's just a bunch of mess.
And you know what? It don't matter. We got the right president that knows exactly how to handle them people like that. We'll get it done. He won't trip.
Yeah.
You dig? It all. Man, look. It's silly for us to believe that, yes, okay, we have black millionaires. We even have a couple of billionaires.
Yeah.
Hats off to them. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye
But yet,
West just
not-
was announced to be the new millionaire.
New billionaire, you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, but I guarantee you that's more so for his shoes, his clothing and all of that, more so than it is.
But
the
look who
catalog.
he's linked with. He done got with that girl. He ain't going nowhere. Look at the family
Yeah.
he with. That's what's saving
Yeah.
his skin. He ain't going nowhere. But watch when she get tired of him. Watch what's gonna happen. Because they've been arguing lately. This is what they say, that they've been arguing a lot lately. She don't never stick with no man too long. Period.
Oh well. I mean, hey, to me, it's no different. I look at that situation no different than if it was anybody else's situation with their respective mate.
Right.
None of my business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's really none of my business.
Yeah.
Everybody argues. Why is that a shock? To me, if it was always perfect, it's when I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Nobody has a perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship.
Yeah.
Okay? It ain't healthy not to have an argument or disagreement at some time. Let me
Well,
know
them
you
are the
got a backbone.
Kardashians. You're not supposed to argue or speak nothing against them. They're supposed to be the know-all and be-all.
Well, all I know is that as far as whatever's going on within the confines of their household, it's their business.
Right.
Could care less. Real talk. That's just another means of distraction.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While there's army tanks rolling down your street with troops running behind it with guns out and in their hands, and that's which is a constitutional law being broken about having artillery and things like that in civilian areas in a non-combat area.
Yeah.
But hey, they tripping on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, so you know what I'm saying? That's how it's like that now. I mean, they did that for a reason. Throw out these little things to scare people to make you either want to run out to try to go run and buy a whole bunch of stuff that you don't really need, or you become more defiant because you're like, man, F them, man, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah, but see, one thing they wasn't thinking about people playing it smart with the food shortage. They wasn't planning on people going out and getting deep freezers and making sure that they had meat or have food. They were saying that the food shortage, so go buy up all the meat. But what about the other necessities like you're gonna need, like medicines and the stuff to go with your meat? What about bread and water, crackers and stuff like that? What about generators in case your power go out? Your lights. What about if a generator and you buy all this meat and you ain't got no light to keep it cold?
Right.
You have no gas to
cook. What if electricity gets cut off?
That's what I'm saying. People ain't thinking about buying generators, buying charcoal grill, propane tanks. Nobody's thinking about doing this.
No, because again, a lot of people are not caught up into that. They're caught up into the immediate right now. Whatever's on their mind at the moment.
And thinking, okay, they gave me this money, I'm going to go spend it all on my bills. I'm going to go pay off every one of my bills. You need to be buying stuff to be prepared for what if.
Man, I'm going to just say this. I believe everybody needs to be putting together a backpack. You did? Get you like one of them tents. Get you like some
I got 3 tents.
Start thinking on that level, because there's gonna come a time where you may have to just up and go.
Yeah.
And leave everything in your house by where it's at. You gotta have to start thinking on that level. You know what I'm saying? And if you the type that you can't let it all go, that can cost you your life.
Yep.
Simple as that.
You get you a backpack with your can, get you a can opener, get you some matches, get you some candles, get you some flashlights, keep you a hunting knife, good hunting knife.
Man, I found this store that be selling like the massive food. I'm gonna be trying to stock up on that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Trying to cap that stuff out.
Yeah.
Try to have like, I got a partner, he showed me this store that has like the little wind up radio where you wind it up and that's what powers it.
Yeah.
You're able to get radio transmission.
Yeah.
In case there's no electricity.
Right.
You have to think on the lines of what if the day comes where all of this is gone?
Well, I got some solar
Everybody
power.
talking about the days of normal. Remember back in the days when me and you used to talk and I said there's going to come a day where simple conversation like this, being able to just get up and go somewhere and everything and move around and not have no problem. Remember when I was saying back then, it's those days, mark these days now and keep them in your head because there's gonna come a day when we ain't gonna be able to do that.
Yeah.
Remember when I was saying that?
Yeah.
So
See, that's why I
okay
went out and
then.
got me some solar powered chargers where I can charge. You know, we ain't gonna be able to talk on no cell phones, but you will still be able to have your light from your cell phone, and it'll be light enough or dim enough. Um, some transmissions may come through, but you know, you gotta keep
Man,
that kind of
you
stuff.
stuck on that. I'm trying to get on YouTube and look at the videos of how to do the smoke signals like the Indians did. You dig? I'm trying.
Right.
I'm trying to have the two cans with the string. You feel me? I'm trying to be on that level with it now. We going back primitive with that.
Right, real super primitive.
Real spitting. Real spitting. Cause look. It's just like what happens. The more things that change, the more they stay the same.
Right.
The same way it happened in Israel, the same way it's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. Not all of us are gonna get it, and there are gonna be a bunch of us that gets it and choose not to go anyway. There's gonna be a moment in time in this country where the ones that want to leave are gonna be allowed to leave. That's gonna be through the grace and the power of the Father, though. But once that moment is over and gone, anybody left, they're going to get done just like the way the ones that stayed behind in Israel got done.
You're going to get left behind.
You're really going to have, we're not just left behind, but the things that they endured and dealt with. You know what I mean? After that.
Yeah.
Just because of their lack of faith, their lack of obedience, I mean, being humble, I mean, it's ignorant to me to walk around believing you are in control of your life. You're really not.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, if the Father got plans for you, right, for you to be on something, but you decide one time you want to try to take your life. When he decides he's going to allow you to survive.
Right.
But you were foolhardy enough to try to take a gun and put it to your head and shot yourself.
And do it
And you
anyway.
messed around and Right. You survived, but now the whole side of your face is gone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to now walk around with that reminder that I don't know why I thought that I can just. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
I hear you.
for real. None of us has the power to just snap our fingers or blink our eyes or do like that little bewitched move and cross our hands and nod our head, and then all of a sudden another life appears.
Right.
You feel me? Even when we get together, to couple together to create a life, you gotta wait months for it. And even then, it's not a sure thing because it still could be an issue. You feel what I'm saying? So with all of that uncertainty, who are we? How dare we to walk around feeling like we're the destined, we're in control of our destiny? No. No, that type of thinking is what gets you caught up. That type of thinking is what gets you killed.
Yeah, you exactly right. Exactly right.
Let's be
Let's be
100.
100. We all want to be entertained. We all want to see some happiness in our lives.
Yeah.
But
But let me pause you this. What do you think is better?
To
To have a life here on this planet that's just beyond measure, or everlasting life in the kingdom?
Everlasting life in the kingdom, because what here ain't got nothing for me.
Exactly. But what we got to understand is that's exactly the reason why Edomites act the way that they do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They know they're not going. So they want to have their heaven here on earth.
Yeah.
That's why they live extreme. That's why they always want to have the biggest, largest thing of everything. They want to live that way because they know where they're going. The ones that are so powerful, they have to use sadistic and morbid means in order to try to prolong and extend their life.
Yeah.
Using our people's blood, DNA, and organs to try to replace theirs so that they can still keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Come on now. That's unnatural in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real talk. But hey, this is what I mean. If we're under the protection and the veil of the Father, then we won't have to deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because
We'll
no
still
matter
deal
what
with
you do, no
adversity
matter
because
what they do to you, he gonna make sure to provide.
exactly. I mean, let's keep it 100. We're all collectively as a people are still under that curse.
Yeah.
Not one of us is exempt from that.
Yeah.
So we're going to always see adversity because of that.
Yeah.
But due to our obedience and us following the law, statutes, and commandments, we'll then be able to at least have his protection.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And even if we passed away because of how we lived our life, we'll
Yeah.
at least have the chance and a great chance to be in the kingdom.
Right.
And while you're sleeping, you either get to sleep and rest, or you'll be in a tranquil setting until the day of judgment.
Right.
Everybody is going to be called back up to be judged.
Right.
But
Right.
if you're one of those ones that did right and actually did what he told you to do without no exception or no walk away from that,
Yeah.
then you'll be one of those exempt. Kind of sort of like how Arsenio had the dog pound. You'll be kind of like one of those that's sitting off to the side watching the spectators. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying to be one of them. I want to be one of them. You dig? That's what I'm on. Real talk. To me, it's cool. It's banging to be about the Father. I don't think it's weak at all. I think that it's everything. If I didn't have it, I would not be where I'm at right now.
Right.
And trust me, I was a knucklehead. I tried dumb things. I'm sure that everybody on this chat that's listening, they all have their ghost stories to tell. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it is I know some of yours. I know a lot of yours.
But vice versa.
Right.
So, hey, but at the same time,
Right.
but at the same time though, it's not about that. It's really about getting yourself correct with him.
Right.
And then once you do that, walk that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because by your shine and by the fact that people are seeing you stay diligent to that, the curiosity alone, just like it pulled you in.
Right.
Your curiosity. I wasn't sitting here on some preacher stuff with you, was I?
No.
We never had a conversation.
Never. I just sat and watched and listened, and the more I sat and watched and listened, I learned. And then I'm like, well, hey, what I came into saying, hey, what did you learn today? Tell me what you teach me, what you learned today. And that's how I learned.
Exactly. But see, it totally blew me away to see you on that wavelength now. It's all praises to the Most High.
All praises.
But it was amazing to me. You feel me?
Because you never thought I was really paying attention. Not that deep. You knew I was paying attention, but not that deep.
Not so much that. It's just that I understand that I run across people that have put years into whatever following and faith that they have. And I don't make the misjudgment of just off of one initial conversation, all of a sudden now you're just going to totally convert. Now, that's not to say it doesn't happen.
Okay, Damien said he has to go. Holler at him later. Okay, Damien, you be blessed.
100 Dame. Shalom, brother.
Okay.
I just truly feel like, you know, with the teachings that I'm learning, it's blessing me with an outlook that I never thought of.
Right.
And ever since I've taken it, it never ceases to amaze me. Just when I think I've seen it all, here comes something new.
Right.
Here comes something new. So I take heed to it.
Right.
I definitely pay attention.
Right.
You know? And it's a lonely walk, yo.
Yeah, it is. It is, because a lot of you are misunderstood. A lot of people don't get it, or a lot of people look at you differently. It's not that you different. It's just you look at life different.
No, you are different. If you really follow and grasp this, and then you follow and do the research, as I've employed since the first time we've ever had a chat on this, you will realize that not everybody around you will follow that same suit. And when they see that the energy that you have now is different, Some will either be fearful of it or
Yeah.
intimidated by it.
Yeah.
Others will be jealous and resent it.
Yeah.
It just depends on where they're at in their walk.
Yeah.
You know, but the point I'm making is you have to realize I'm employing these points so that for anybody that is deciding to take this journey, I don't want them to walk into any situation with their blinders on.
Right.
You feel me? You're gonna know everything every nuance. I mean, because it isn't just about learning the information; it's the wisdom that comes from the nuances of applying it to your life.
Right, because you have to walk that walk.
Exactly.
If you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
Exactly. But see, that's just it. You ain't gonna do too much talking because you're busy walking.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I've always been a person that felt like the brother that talk is the brother that won't walk.
Yeah.
Meaning that, like, okay, here's an example. Remember back in the day when you was in school and then you saw two, well, we ain't gotta go that far back. You could be at the club, right?
Yeah.
And two dudes you know are starting to beef, right?
Yeah.
They're about to lock up, but for whatever reason, they don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, after that situation, one of the guys is going around the neighborhood, and every time the situation is brought up, man, as soon as I see that dude finna be, nah, I'm gonna do this to him, I'm gonna do that to him, I'm gonna be like that with it. Right?
It ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't gonna bust a
I'm
grape.
gonna be on his helmet like this. They're gonna go into an in-depth situation about it and all that.
Yeah.
Next time they see him, quiet as a church
I ain't gonna say
mouse.
nothing.
saying?
Yeah.
So, to me, that's the reason why when you come into this truth, it will humble you
Yeah.
to the point where you realize that everything that I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this is not about ego. This is to prevent you from putting yourself in the position of the Father.
Right.
So you can get drunk off of this power that you feel when you bring this information to someone, and then you turn around and see the light illuminate in them. You want to take credit for it.
Right.
Yeah, it was up to me. I did that. Look, people can say all day I was the one that brought it to them, but I will always tell you, I am just a vessel.
Right.
I will always just be that to him.
Right.
His vessel. So if you are touched by what he said through me, all praises to the Most
All
High.
praises. You
I'm
know.
loving that.
You
You
know.
feel me? But it wasn't me that did it.
Right.
It wasn't me that
Right.
did it.
Right.
So, and that's how the truth works. Religion, they'll be bragging about it all day.
I
with the
did
video
this.
camera.
I did that. God showed me.
He made me this. I'm the new Messiah. Man, you crazy.
All right, you guys. I had
Crazy.
told you about the product, about when I broke my nail off all the way down to the skin 2 weeks ago. This is 2 weeks worth of growth on my nail. And it's not down in the skin. I do have an actual nail on there. Because I told him I would keep track and show everybody the progress of my nails growing out. This is one of the things that I use. Let me see. Let me turn it. I don't know if you can see it. There go the better light. The Sally Hansen's Miracle Grow. No, Nail Growth Miracle Serum. It's an oil that you put around your cuticle. I use all Sally Hansen's, and this is the Sally Hansen's Nail Growth Cuticle Oil. Those are two what I use, as well as the Sally Hansen's Clear Nail Polish to help my nails grow. And all I do is just paint them every week, change out my nail polish every week, and put new polish on. And I just let it go for a week, and that's all I do. Okay, not to cut you off.
It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
And as you can see, these are...
You just chopping anyway, my friend. I mean,
Yeah.
we can talk about whatever you want. I mean,
These are my nails now. These are all my natural nails. Let's see. There you go.
Nice.
You can see. I just broke this one off. Slammed it in the car door. That one I I
You
broke,
was
but
kicking a book and it broke the did in your nose.
I was digging the boogies and it got stuck. It got stuck with the boogies.
Oh man. Oh man.
All right, you guys. I'm gonna have to wrap this up now, but it is 10:47 my time, and I came on at 7, so I've been on here about 3 hours. I haven't ate nothing. I haven't cooked nothing. I get on here. I get so wrapped up in this and get to talking, and I get filled with the Most High. I can talk all day about it, and I get filled up. Don't even feel hungry. But this is my snack of all snacks. Chocolate Teddy Grahams, you guys. Get you some. I love these things. I don't normally, you guys hardly ever see me drinking pop, but this is a good thing right here. This is the orange vanilla Coke. I'm normally, when I would drink pop, I would drink Pepsi, but this is good. The orange vanilla Coke.
I already tasted it. I ain't feeling
I like it. I don't care. Your taste buds ain't mine. I like it. I like it. But my drink of choice is juice and water.
All joking aside, there is a list of certain soda products, though, they are telling people to stay away from because they're saying that they're coming from factories that may have been infected with COVID-19. So I got to get that to you. I got to get, yeah.
Okay, well, I have had this case of pop. It's a 8, 16 pack, 12 pack. I done had this sitting for a long time down behind my bar, and I just popped open one. It's probably maybe 3 out of that whole case.
You know what?
My thing is juice.
They'll probably be good for mixed drinks. I think that style of Coke would be better for like your mixed drink.
I don't
So
drink.
when you have no, but hear what I'm saying. Like when you have people that like to make a drink with like your different dark drinks, your brandies and cognac, and then they add Coke to it, they might have an orange sitting off the side
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what.
Different other stuff. So.
I don't drink, but when I get colds and stuff, I get sick. This, you guys, has been sitting down here for about 6 or 7 months. I have to hide it because my husband, he drink. I don't. But this is the Christian Brothers. I just put that in tea. No, I may put that with hot toddy, make a hot toddy. And I bought me some old granddad, so I have some of that too. That's behind the bar. He don't like that too much. But that one I keep hid in my in the cut. I got it hid in the cut. He can't have that. Got to push it, do a little push over in there. Do my little dance with that one. But yeah. And this is a good gum. Let me see. If you ever catch yourself catching a cold and you're congested or anything, these will open you right up. If you want to get some of the fresh mouth, get you some of them. Get fresh mouth going on.
What about eucalyptus leaf?
For what? For your mouth?
Like you put it in tea or something.
Oh, I thought I was just showing some gum for the fresh mouth. Yeah, you can use eucalyptus. Eucalyptus. I said eucalyptus. You can use eucalyptus in your tea. That's good. It's better to go to a health food store and buy your natural tea leaves and get one of the little pods that they have where you can open it and put your own loose leaf tea in there and steep it yourself. Because that way you don't get all the additives in it with it that they put into your tea.
Right.
I know
I mean,
D's
I'm not a Green
birthday
Tea
is
fan.
coming up Wednesday. D, you're gonna be on here live. I'm gonna make sure I am. If I don't do it no other day, I will be here live on your birthday. I will sing happy birthday to you personally. So you have to be on here. Yeah, she's gonna have she's gonna have a Zoom COVID birthday party. But you're gonna come on my live because I'll sing happy birthday to you. And I'll play a birthday song. I'm gonna find you a birthday song. So everybody on here in the family here, in our YouTube family, everybody's gonna sing happy birthday to you. We're gonna do our little dance and say happy birthday. I'm gonna act a fool for your birthday. I'm gonna get me a little birthday hat and put it on. I'm gonna get one of them little things that you blow. I'm gonna have a cupcake. So I can't be with you, so I'll eat a cup. You have you a cupcake. I'll have me a cupcake, and I'll sing happy birthday to you. I'll have a candle on there. I'll blow my candle out for you, and you can blow your candle out. So that's what I'm gonna do for D on her birthday. What's your favorite color, D? Then I'm gonna get some little something that say happy birthday D and put it on her cupcake. Yep, and that's what I'm gonna do. I may have some sparklers from the 4th of July last year. But I ain't gonna like too many of them because I gotta keep some fireworks for my birthday for the 4th of July. I have to keep some for his birthday. His birthday is coming up on the 10th. Demetrius' birthday is the 10th.
Wow.
Yeah. So I gotta do something with him for his birthday. But he just don't know. I already got a surprise for him. He loves what's the name of those Grizzly Adams. See, I had put his stuff and ordered his stuff months ago. So his stuff has been paid for months ago. But I have to wait till now so that it'll come. It's already paid for. It's somewhere else because if it's here in my house, he knows it. He'll find it. So I have it sent somewhere else to my brother's house. So I had to tell my brother like this week to send it to me so I can have it here and wrap it up. He won't know. He likes Grizzly Adams and all those old TV shows like that. Grizzly Adams, Barney Miller, Miami Vice. I done got a Miami Vice. I'm a Miami Vice fan. But all of those old kind of movies like that, My Three Sons, Father Knows Best, all of them kind of stuff. The Little Rascals. He don't like Shirley Temple. She was prejudiced. But all of that old kind of stuff like that, he likes all that kind of stuff. So I have a couple of them that I have put away hid. He likes Beretta. Remember the TV show Beretta?
Yeah.
He likes that too, so I got him that too. So I got him put up.
Well, that is the show where
With the cockatiel.
Homie came from.
Huh?
That's the show where Homie came from.
Who is homie?
Faison.
Who?
Faison. Remember on I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, the guy that came out of jail that had the goldfish in his platform shoes?
Oh, yeah, Huggy Bear.
Yeah, he was from Beretta. That was his claim to fame.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so yeah, D, I'm gonna have to get me a cupcake with some pink frosting, and I'm gonna put some black writing on it. So I'm gonna have everybody tell you happy birthday, and you just have to imagine everybody singing happy birthday because I'm gonna play the birthday song to you, and you're gonna have to imagine everybody singing to you. I wish I could. There was a way I could put
While
it.
it's saying that, I'm gonna be saying what she put in her comment. One time for the birthday chick, two times for the birthday chick, three times for the birthday chick. You did.
Yeah, I'm a have my little stuff here. I'm gonna do.
I hope it's a blessed day for her too, though. Real talk.
Are you gonna work that day, D, or are you gonna be off? I'm gonna have to try to get everybody I can to come in that day to say happy birthday to her. Well, Boog, I'm gonna get ready to end this call. It is going on 11 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Well, salute to you.
Salute, my brother. Salute.
All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. Most definitely, most definitely. So, you guys, I will be on tomorrow.
In the chat.
Say that again.
I said, and blessings to everyone in the chat.
Yes, most definitely. You're welcome, Keita. Thank you for coming. Boog, thank you for calling in. Or I'm not calling in, I called you. You'll never call me. See, I'm going to have to trade you in for a new model because you broke. You don't work no more.
Wow.
I'm going to have to get me some new friends. I think it's a Thumper and a Bambi outside.
Well, just for that, I'm going to call in and then I'm going to drop a bomb on you and then you're going to be like, okay, I ain't going to have to bother with you no more. I ain't going to make that comment anymore. You good.
Love you too, D. All right. That's okay, because, see, I know where you at. I'm going to send somebody to you, and they're going to be waiting in your bushes to jump out and drop kick you.
I'm not worried, because I'm going to prove my worth. Trust that I'm going to earn my keep.
They're going to make you work. They're going to make you work.
Good. Hey, when it comes to bringing this information out to my peoples, I'll do it tirelessly.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Non-stop.
Real spitting. So, salute again. You make sure you have a great night.
You too.
And no doubt.
All right.
Jump off and you take care.
All right, you too. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye. All right, you guys. My mouse is stuck. I don't know what happened to it. It's not working. My mouse is not working, so I have to try to make do with what I have here on my my tablet, my laptop. So let's see. All right, I gotta change my batteries in here so I can be able to operate my mouse. Otherwise, it will not be able to work. And I do have tons and tons and tons of batteries. That's one thing. I make sure I keep tons of batteries. Okay, you're at work. Do you work on your birthday, D? You work for your birthday? I hope you have that day off at least. I know I shouldn't be poking it at me. Trying to open this. It's not opening. I don't want to break my fingernails. I keep breaking my fingernails. Doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing. But they're just fingernails. They'll break. They'll grow back. I'll live. I done broke a couple of them already. I'm thinking about broken them. I'm thinking about breaking them off and cutting them off or something and starting them over again anyway. So, how is that going in there that way? But I'll be alright. I'll live. Guess y'all could tell my favorite color. I have read you down. I have read on everything. There it goes. That's what it was. I needed new batteries. Alright, you guys. So now I am going to play my song for today. And this is my song. So you guys can listen to it. But I'm going to say my be blessed and be a blessing. Let the Most High continue to guide you, give you the strength, the courage of every day. Be a better person tomorrow than what you were today. Tell your people, your friends, your loved ones, anybody. Give them a smile. Can't say hug them, can't say handshake them, give them elbow. Tell somebody you love them today. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. And that one person, tell them to be blessed and be a blessing. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. With the way things are today with the coronavirus, you never know what tomorrow may hold. So with that being said, I love you guys. Be blessed and be a blessing. And I will see you tomorrow. But here is your song today. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. Okay, there it goes. I just flipped it to where it had like 5 different things. But here you go.
Yeah. Wondering if I should make her my baby lady, shake some on my mind. Maybe I should say the things I type online, real life, baby. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Wait, I said I can feel it, you feel it, we feel it. I know she want me. Girl, you never let ya. Happy to call you my lady, you're special. Happy that you're my baby. Happy to call you my lady, you're special. Happy that you're my baby. If you're classy but you're reckless, then you gon' get choose a necklace, lady. If you classy but you're reckless, then you gon' get choose a necklace, lady.
No, I'm not a writer. later.
Okay.
If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah. If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Would you still amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah.
This is the movement for those who